Alrighty guys, we should be live and good to go. I am very late for this stream, I do apologise, but welcome everyone to the live reaction on the YouTube channel. We are here for the Demons taking on the Western Bulldogs, live from the MCG, of course. And this is going to be an interesting game because Melbourne, if they win, they go to top 4, probably third at highest if they win by a big margin. I don't think they can get to third though because Brisbane obviously annihilated the Pies last night. But we're going to have a look at the game and see how this game pans out. This game could be a bit interesting. It could go either way. The Dogs, if they win, they could go back to 9th. So this game is crucial for all the sides involving the teams around Melbourne and the teams around the Bulldogs like Carlton. I think the only other team is Carlton because they did just defeat Fremantle, which is interesting. But this game should be an interesting one to react to. I'll get the link up and we should be good to go. Bontempelli's a big in for the Bulldogs this afternoon against the Demons, whereas there's a few big outs for both teams. Obviously, Jacob Van Rooyen out with a suspension, of course. So he'll be missing this game, of course. But other than that, should be all good to go for the Demons outfit. The Dogs outfit are looking a bit shaky going into this one. Obviously, they are heading into another finals campaign. They haven't been in a finals campaign since 2024, I believe. I don't think they made it last year, by memory. So, yeah, this game's going to be a bit interesting. The winner of this will shape up the ladder quite a bit, obviously. And hopefully this game goes quite even throughout the whole contest as Bontempelli's back into the side for the Western Bulldogs as the captain, of course, and the main player for the Dogs this afternoon. I'm going to grab my Logitech mouse that I'm going to be using for this stream. And we should be all set to go. Alrighty. You know what? I won't use that mouse now. I won't use that mouse today for this stream. I will just not worry about a mouse because I don't have time to deal with that. I'll deal with it at half time for the second half. But here we go. The coin toss. Bontempelli and Gawn, the two captains for this afternoon's game. I'm just going to send the thumbnail to my phone so I can put this on the Instagram as well really quickly. Give me 2 seconds, guys. I'm just going to be sending that as I think the Melbourne Demons won the toss, but I could be completely wrong about that. So, Van Rooyen is out. Lindsay is in for the Demons. I'll check my fantasy team a bit later on as well. Here we go. Demons and the Dogs. Damn it. Live now for Melbourne v Bulldogs. Join up the stream right now. We're about to start. The game is about to get underway from the G. We're underway at the MCG for this massive clash. Who's going to win? We'll see what happens on this stream. Join up when you can. Let's go. Alrighty guys, I'm just going to put the... there we go, I'm going to put the comments there. Here we go, Dogs and Dees. Sorry about no timer for this stream because I had to rush with everything, but I'm just getting the scoreboard up and running. Langdon goes inside the 50 for the Demons first touch, and Karmas defends really well for the Bulldogs. Come on. Thank you. Sanders takes the mark, goes over the top to West. I'll commentate in a second, guys. I'm just going to adjust the scores and everything. There we go. Turnover. Here we go. Sanders, Rivers. Sanders, handballs over the top. Bouncing ball, Langford. Sorry, Windsor. Back to Langford. Handball smothered off the hands. And it's holding the ball. The Dogs are going to get a free kick here. Bramble. Lockie Bramble for the first opportunity inside 50. Who go the long option inside the forward 50. Targets leap up. Norton couldn't hold on to the mark. Bouncing ball. Bowie. Kennedy around the corner for the first of the afternoon. He's got it. The Dogs on the board. There we go. All right, there we go. What a start for the Dogs. All right, I'll quickly put the thumbnail in the story. Crap. Good start for the Bulldogs in this one. Back underway. Straight away ball up is the occurrence. Jefferson down in there. Handball from Chandler to Fritsch. He goes around the corner, rolling towards goal. The goal line. Well done defensively from the Bulldogs. All right, there we go. I've just put my story up and running on the thing. So that's good. I'll just edit the score real quick. I've got a few things to do here now. There we go. So 1-6. Balliedale. Centers the kick down the line towards the Leapers. Norton crashes the pack. And it's going to be a free kick going Norton's way, so he'll get the free. Oh, that doesn't look good. Aaron Norton's got a bit of a heavy knock. There's the landing. Oh, that would have hurt against Jaff. That would have hurt really big. We got 3 viewers in chat. Good to see everyone. So Aaron Norton's going to be okay, but unfortunately there's an out for the Melbourne Demons who's been taken off the field. That is Disco Turner, unfortunately. That does not look good for the Demons. Straight down to the rooms he goes. Bonampelli centering beautiful on the lead of Waitman. That's a good mark. He'll go short, not 15, so Sanders has to go. Sets the kick up to the hot spot. High leapers go up. Gorn couldn't pluck the mark. Bouncing ball. West from the pocket. Centering ball to Kennedy. Or is that Fraser? It's Fraser. Takes the mark and will line up for the second, sorry. My bad. Apologies. This for the Dogs to kick 2 in a row. So Joel Fraser lining up for the first 2 of the afternoon. Joel Fraser, 10 goals 10 this season. Can he kick his 11th goal? He's put it through. Straight directly in front. That was a no-brainer, that one. That was always going through. 12-1. Good start for the Dogs. 4 viewers in chat now. Nice goal from Freo, and it gives them an advantage by just under 2 goals now. From the throw up, from the start, going out of the ruck, just grabs it and goes inside 50 towards the Fritz direction. He got hands to it, couldn't hold on. Straight away tackled. We'll have a stoppage inside the attacking forward 50 for Melbourne. Hit out goes out the way. Richards pumps it out of the defensive 50, and well done. Mark taken by Rivers, and then Jath just kicks it waywards out in the full. And that'll be a free kick to the Western Bulldogs. Both teams are going to be playing finals footy for the first time in a little while. Excuse me. I think the last time both teams made a finals campaign was 2024. I don't think either of these sides made it last year. Sanders, my bad. Takes the mark and off he goes. Goes for a run and sends the kick. Stopped in his tracks, did Tolstrup. Rivers, Dolan, nice sidestep towards the open space. Inside 50, Norton got a hand in the air. West to Jones, steams into the open goal. 3 in a row, Dogs. Wowee, what a start. What a start for the Western Bulldogs. Will this go over or under 190? Do you mean 190 like total points? Man, this game could go over 190 points, but if you put a bet on it, Roy, if you put a bet on it, Roy, then I bet you it wouldn't have been a smart decision to do that, but anyway. What a start for the Dogs. At the MCG, Artie Jones just puts it through to the big sticks. Welcome, Roy, to the stream, just so you know. Will this go over 190? I'm not sure, but we'll see what happens. Ball up again. Lobbin going to the ruck. Gorn was the only player who won it down. Inside 50 for the Dees again. Fritz just sidesteps away from his man. Bontempelli almost affected the kick. Here's Cozzy Pickett. Handball over the top to Gorn. Got to get it back. He does. Waits for a leader to cut across. That's nice to Fritsch. Did he take the mark when he was diving down? He did. So will he go for goal from 50? Has he got the lengths in him? From about 51 metres out. Bailey Fritsch. It's 196 right now, total points. Well, as in like prediction for the total score. Far out. That's pretty good. 16 goals in his last 6 matches. Bailey Fritsch. Can he line up for the D's first? And his first of the afternoon. Bailey Fritsch from 50. Strikes it pretty well on the boot. It's got the carry, has it? No, unfortunately it hasn't. It's gone right to the line, but unfortunately touched over for a minor score. Well done from the Dogs' defence. To get there, be the last man on the line. Last line of defence. So Lockie Bramble to bring it back in. He runs his full measure, then pumps it long. Gawn intercepts. Very nice there, Max Gawn. He's in my fantasy team, I believe, Max Gawn, by memory. I'll check that at quarter time just in case. Inside 50, he goes towards the penalty direction. Leaps up high and beats Buku Karmas in the one-on-one. Runs to the football and says, "Thank you very much, that's all mine." A couple of weeks ago against Freo, he gave the rub on the head straight back to Paddy Voss. Back when Paddy Voss did it to him. The first time they played against Freo, and that was when they won by 4 points in one of the games of the season, if not the game of the season. Harrison Petty. Can he finally get one through the big sticks? Bailey Fritsch was yet so close yet so far away, but that's nowhere near the goals. But Langdon's there. Oh, there was 3 Dogs there to help out, so that was an unfair 3-on-1 for Ed Langdon's sake. Karmas. Buku Karmas calls to go. Gets called to go and goes to the pack. Leaper, Norton takes the nice big mark over the top. He'll go central kick on the left straight towards the Butterick direction. He'll play on quickly. No one's on the mark, so he's got someone long and strong. West, can he hold on to the mark? He couldn't quite with the bodywork. Bowie against Dolan. Dolan tries to keep it in play. He somehow keeps it in. Fraser. Never mind, it's out of play. So we'll have a boundary throw in. The Dogs' pressure earlier has been elite. My prediction for this game was Melbourne, I believe. I don't know by how much. I don't remember by how much I said in the tip video, but if you guys go and watch my footy predictions from round 24 that I uploaded very late on the Thursday night, then you can go check. Lob, Waitman, Dolan, around the corner, centering kick towards the top of the square, fisted away, still in play for the Dogs though. Artie Jones has got space, gives it to Sanders, sidesteps, goes for a goal. Can it be 4 in a row? Unfortunately not. Could have been with that kick right there. 3 goals, 119 to 2 behinds. Been a really good effort from the Dogs so far in the opening term. Christian Salem pumps it long towards a one-on-one. Langford and Sanders in a one-on-one, and Sanders has had plenty of the footy by intercept marking it. Takes it long towards Norton's direction. Lever with a fist. And he ends up punching it, but he takes the mark, so technically if he got a fist on it, technically that would be paid as a mark as well. I never knew that was allowed. Never knew you could fist it and then take the mark and that would be paid. Langdon. A long ball towards the Petty direction. Big spoil from O'Donnell. Fitzgerald has played a handful of games this season. Bowie to Petty. Centering kick. 1-on-1. Big leap. Windsor. Did he take the mark? He did. Plays on quick. He's got Pickett short. He's got a man over the top short. That was a bit too far for Fitzgerald. Pushes his man out of the way. Long ball inside 50. Dogs have the numbers. So they'll go over the top to Buku Karmas. Short ball to Lob at centre half back. Centering handball, nice beautiful one over the top to Kennedy, and the transition is beautiful. Artie Jones wants to wait for the leaders to cut across. That's a dangerous kick, but Dolan takes the mark. Holds on to the mark and will go for a long bomb inside 50. Will he go inside 50 or will he just set it up? He'll go the short option. The open man. What are the Demons doing defensively? Fraser takes the mark, plays on, goes for goal. But he somehow has missed. So unfortunately that's 3 goals 2 for the Dogs. Three goals 2 to 2 behinds. It's been a good start for the Dogs, but the Demons have got to do better than this. Out to the wing. Spoil out the way from the Dogs' part-way defenders. Chandler just took it away from Norton. Handball to Bowie. He's got to sidestep his man. Does well. But then just skied a ball towards the boundary line. That's a risky kick. Pickett. Williams fisted over the line. Boundary throw in as a result. Plenty of time to go in the opening quarter. 2 viewers in the chat. Make sure to put your predictions in the chat if you haven't already. For those who are in chat, of course. Steele over the top. Hack kick out of the air. Tumbling ball. Petty and O'Donnell in a one-on-one. O'Donnell just blasts it along on the left. 2-on-1 situation, but Jaff somehow takes the mark. Artie Jones thought he claimed it, but unfortunately it'll be paid to Jaff for his sake, so Jath will get the free kick. Short one to a teammate. Fitzgerald. Down the line to the centering pack, and that's nowhere near the hands of a Demon. Karmas. He's had plenty of the footy in the defence. Hines taken down by Windsor. Is that ball? Ball up. So Marcus Bonampelli was the deepest forward, so has to come up quickly because might have to defend here. Waitman hacks it out of the air. Was that kicking in danger? No. Steele. Fitzgerald. Skies one inside 50. High ball. Jefferson went up. Hines. Stolen by Langdon. Outside of the boot for goal. Don't tell me. Oh, Ed Langdon's done it. Massive goal for Ed Langdon. Puts it through the big six and they get their first on Saturday Arvo footy. First goal of the afternoon for the Demons. They've been looking for one like that, and of course, they get one themselves. Poorly executed handball from Cooper Hines, and unfortunately Ed Langdon, his actual defender, his actual opponent for this game, gets the last laugh as Cozzy's on the phone on the bench, talking to Stephen King right now, getting some orders as well. Petty, the backup ruck, will verse 43 in the rucking contest as Waitman took down Jack Steele, but gave up the free, so Steele will go inside 50. High ball towards the Leapers. Two or three players go up and Sparrow holds it in with Selwood and Sanders in the contest as well. Ball up. Thrown up here. Petty, Fraser, Kennedy. Tumbling ball towards the outer side wing. Cooper Hines and Langdon's got to be in a fierce one-on-one as he almost takes his neck out, but luckily didn't tackle him too high around the neck. Tom McDonald fisted out of the air. Jefferson let go of it and then got tackled without the ball, so he'll be rewarded with a free. Jefferson. Inside 50, he goes to the pocket. Petty takes the mark and gets poked in the eye in the process. We'll go for a shot at goal, and this for back-to-back goals to the Demons to make it a one-goal game. This for a one-goal game at the MCG. Harrison Petty's kicked 22 goals, 11 this season. He's been half and half. And he'll make that a bit more than half. It's 23 goals, 11 this season. Puts it straight through the big ones, and it's back to a kick the margin. Nice mark for Petty. Got poked in the eye in the process and puts through the goal, so his eyesight isn't that bad. Back underway with just under 8 minutes to go in the opening quarter. Max Gorn back in the rucking contest as Richards runs onto the ball himself and Steele wraps onto him. Takes him down strongly, and a ball up is going to be the result. Ball up here. Gorn almost pushed his man in the back as Pickett runs onto the football. Is a dangerous player, Cozzy Pickett. Richards dropped it. Was that ball? No. Not paid. Bonampelli clears it away. Bounce. Oh, not Bonampelli. West is the man to it. Dolan just... sorry, not Dolan. Davidson just got past his man. Waitman's all open in the square. Goal. And an instant response go the Dogs' way. Back to 2 goals the margin. One end to the other. Football from the Western Bulldogs. 2 goals the margin in a quick flash from that finish. So yeah, Richards, that should have been ball, but not paid as Bonampelli gave it to a teammate. And then look at that. Davidson shrugs off the tackler. Open space for Waitman. Outruns Fitzgerald or whoever that is defensively. Trying to run after him defensively, and nice finish. So Smart football, smart transition from the Bulldogs. The 2021 Grand Final replayers living up to the hype at the MCG. Gawn just got the hit out, but Rory Lobb just clears it back inside the Dogs forward 50. Can they go for a fifth goal in the quarter? Leave it. Got taken down without it. Bowie, Rivers, over the top, stolen. Kennedy held without it. Dolan goes short to the pocket. Nice. Davidson takes the mark. He'll go short over the top. Norton's got the leap. He takes the mark against Disco Turner. And of course, Daniel Turner. He will stand the mark for Aaron Norton. And he'll line up for a left foot snap around the corner, I reckon. Sometimes he uses his right. Most of the time he uses his left. Aaron Norton. With the good old headband. He sprayed it left. Is it going to be out the full? Wait, what? How is that a behind? That should have been out the full. From the angle that I saw it at, it looked like it was out in the full. But anyway, 13 points to the margin, I guess. Rivers goes straight through the corridor, down the line towards a pack. Fist climb over the top. Pickett just off for a run with a little band-aid on his ear from... Maybe he was bleeding, or maybe that's a part of his outfit or something like that. Over the top, here he is again. Speaking of the man, Cozzy Pickett. Holds that up for a second. Now we'll go over the top towards the Gawn direction, sorry. Not Petty. They look the same because they are both bald. But it'll be a boundary throw-in. .13-point lead for the Dogs. Just under 6 minutes to play in the opening quarter. Spoiled out the way. Steele and Bramble latches onto him and we'll have a boundary throw in again. So the Western Bulldogs, if they do win this game, they'll go back up to 9th most likely. And if they go back up to 9th, they'll probably play Collingwood in the Wildcard Finals, which is not what everyone wants, because everyone wants Collingwood versus Carlton in a Wildcard Final. Otherwise, they'll have to play the Crows at the Adelaide Oval if they do lose this game, which they could, because who knows, Melbourne starting a bit slow, they could catch up in the second or third quarters. Pickett skies one, just got the 50, and Fritsch, mark not paid, Lob got a handball in, and then just got taken down with the ball in his lap, and we'll have a stoppage. I hope Melbourne win. Yeah, me too. Me too, Anna. I want Melbourne to win. As there's a big kick from, I believe that was Petty or Max Gawn that kicked it away, and the Dogs got rewarded with a free, so that's a clanger from Max Gawn. He's not happy with it, but Rory Lobb will gain the free kick. Handball short. Yeah, that'll be 50 metres, Bailey Dale. Bailey Dale took the mark and the man on the mark took one step too close. So 50 metres will be the result. And now the Dogs can work from centre half forward here. Matthew Kennedy, former Blue, goes long inside the forward 50. Can they find a target? Long leapers go up. Lever and Turner. Unfortunately, it was touched by a couple of players except for just Turner, and that'll be a ball up. So here we go. Gawn in the ruck. Bouncing ball, rolls towards the line and out of play. So inside 50 stoppage for the Dogs. Can they go for a fifth goal of the quarter? It'll be a fast start for the Bulldogs if they can get a fifth. Cozzy Pickett leading the disposal stats with 9. Top 3 is Cozzy with 9, Riley Sanders with 6, and Bowie with 5. Waitman around the corner, pulls it back towards the top of the square. Davidson got held without it. Play on the call. Riley West sidesteps, goes around the corner. Is that going to be a goal? Unfortunately not, so that'll be another minor score, and it'll be double what Melbourne's score is, 28-14. 14 points to the margin here at the MCG. Tolstrup just takes some territory and goes central down the ground towards the French direction. Sharp attacked the footy hard, but Kennedy got there first with lob. Bramble pushed in the back, but he got the handball away just in time over the top. Here we go. Bontempelli, here he goes. There he is. The Bontempelli will go long inside the 50. A spear pass towards the Norton direction. Lever taps that out. Is that deliberate? Not paid. And we'll have a boundary throw in once again. 3 minutes 51 to go in the opening quarter. It's been a fast start from the Western Bulldogs. They lead by 14 points at the moment. Can they increase it now? Toss back into play between Lobb and Gawn. Gawn hits it out. Bontempelli first to arrive at it. Cozzy Pickett dived in on it hard. Langdon. Fitzgerald. Got the kick away, and there's only the man in front, which is Bramble, who will take the free kick. Lockie Bramble. They got plenty of time for another one here, the Dogs. Bramble sidesteps his man and then goes inside 50, spear pass. Richards couldn't hold on. End up with the footy in his hands. Around the corner, bends it. Oh my word! Ed Richards kicks a monster. $20 the margin. What a goal from Ed Richards. As his shoelaces, he's taken off his boot because there's something wrong with his boot or something in his boot or something like that, but he kicked it. Around the corner, came right around to perfection. What a kick from Ed Richards. That's a big goal. Oh, so he kicked it. He kicked it with his sock. Yeah, he kicked it with his left sock because his boot came off in the process before he kicked it, and he gave us the phone call with the boot. It was like grab the boot and just did a phone call and said thank you very much for that. He was the highest rated player in round 23 when they versed Carlton last week in their draw. Melbourne free kick, so to go to Max Gawn. Finally, some Melbourne applause. Some Melbourne cheers and applaud for Max Gawn, their captain. Over the head of Langford, but he's got time and space to get rid of it. Did he drop it? Not quite. Rivers, handball to Chandler. Spear pass, risky kick. Jefferson got hands to it. Sparrow ran past him. Langford got a hand on it. Buku Karmas. And smothered off the boot of O'Donnell, but Windsor left it behind. Comedy of errors right now. Petty round the corner. Rolling ball towards the Jack Steele direction. Handball to Gawn. He centres the kick on the left boot out wide towards Langdon. Dale's going to be there first as well. He got the lucky bounce. Selwood clears it away, but Jath will come back with it. Artie Jones standing the mark. 2 minutes to go in the opening quarter. Short ball. Fritsch. Bailey Fritsch. 2 minutes to go. Sends it towards the pack inside the 50. Petty's the front spot. Can he take the mark? Not quite. Sparrow held in by Fraser and a ball up. So final minute and 51 seconds in the opening quarter. Fraser just clears it away. Hines did drop it though. Turner. Tackled by Gawn. I mean not Gawn. Norton. Apologies. Steele gives it back to Turner. Dropped it as he tried to get it on the boot inside 50. Just. Lobb was pushed out of it. So it'll be a free kick to Rory Lobb. I'm going to cry. Can Melbourne make a comeback? Oh, of course they can make a comeback. They're only 20 points down. It's only almost quarter time. They got, what, another 3 half-an-hour quarters to go? So you got plenty of time. It's not game over when it's quarter time. It's never game over when it's quarter time. Karmas to O'Donnell. Touched off the boot. Well done defensively from the Melbourne defenders. Chandler's got Fritsch out in the open. Takes the mark. That was well done. Great defensive smother. On the attacking side of things, wheels around the corner, puts it through, and the Dees are back within 14 points. Heading into the final stage, final 43 seconds of the opening term, it's 20-34. Six viewers in chat, good to see everyone rolling in. Put in your predictions if you want to. Let me know what your predictions are for the remainder of this game. So Ballyfridge puts through a big one. Brings the margin back to 14 points. With 43 seconds to go in the opening quarter. Can there be one more goal from either side from this centre clearance? Back in the middle. Sparrow down low with Kennedy. Lob held in by Gawn. And Gawn just lands on Kennedy as he was still down after the first tackle. Gawn in the ruck against Roy Lobb. He's going to have a big day in the ruck against Roy Lobb, Max Gawn. Should be a key asset for this one if you can get plenty of hit-outs in this one. Bramble. Ballydale. Here's one last chance for the Dogs. Butterick goes inside. Bouncing ball towards the 50. Jath just got a hand out of it. Just got a hand to it. Turner out wide. Nice one to Fritsch. Plays on quickly. Bowie's got nowhere to go, so he just goes over the top, and that should be the quarter as Penny takes the last mark of the quarter. Plays on. And a second too late to go for a mark inside 50, but that's unfortunate. Anyways, quarter time at the MCG. The Melbourne Demons trail by 14 points in this one. It is 5th v 10th going into this game. Obviously, the Carlton Blues did go back up to 9th after their win to Fremantle, which wouldn't have mattered for Freo anyway because it was their last game before finals, so they get a week off, of course. Freo do get a week off, but Carlton obviously won't, as they will have to play Collingwood or the Crows in the next game in one of the wildcard finals, depending on if the Dogs can hold on from here after their quarter time lead. Geelong and Richmond coming up, and same followed by Adelaide and GWS tonight. So two kind of bland games that don't really mean anything for the away sides, but for the home teams, obviously it will matter based on, for the Cats, it could get them up into, like if Melbourne lose or Hawthorn lose, which Hawthorn shouldn't lose, but if Melbourne or Hawthorn do lose, then that means Geelong could go back up into the top 4. I don't think, they can't finish 3rd, but they can go into the top 4 by finishing 4th at least, at highest. That's the highest they can finish from here on out. Whereas the Demons, the Crows, they will finish highest is probably 4th now as well, because Brisbane obviously are in... No, the highest position they can probably finish is like 5th or 6th on the table, so I don't think we can finish in the top 6 anymore, because if Geelong do beat Richmond, which they should, and then we beat GWS, it wouldn't matter too much, because Geelong will be above us no matter what. But anyway, there we go. Quarter time at the MCG as the Demons trailing the Dogs by 14 points. I'm just going to go get some batteries to connect this mouse to my computer, and I'll be back. I'll turn my camera off as well, just in case my dad comes in. Alright, there we go. We are back and we've got the jumper off now, so that's better. And I've got a new mouse now that I can use, so perfect. I can edit the scores through this now. Even nice to have the keyboard on the laptop that I have to use for that, but other than that, I should be all set to go, ready for the last 3 quarters of this one. So quarter time of the MCG, the Dees are trailing the Dogs by 14 points. It's a good start for the Dogs. They've kicked they kicked 5 goals to 3 in that quarter. So it's a good 14-point lead for them. I will quickly add a little bit of text saying quarter time or something. So I'll do this. No, I won't have that. Need to add a new text. Let's add new text. Saying quarter. I'll just say quarter. There we go. And I'll say second quarter. Ignore the thing at the top. It's very big, I know. But I will change that. Do not worry. Alright, there we go. Second quarter. We'll put it up here. I'll put it nice and big. Second quarter about to get underway. Here we go. Alright, here we go. Second quarter about to get underway from the MCG. From the good old MCG, the home of football, of course. Demon Spirit. We're about to get underway in the second quarter. Let's get it. Here we go, second quarter underway. Let's get us underway in the second quarter at the MCG. We're underway, Max Gawn in the ruck, hits it out, Kennedy gets the first touch to Bontempelli. Around the corner, high ball to the half-forward flank, inside the 50, bouncing ball towards the Salem direction. Here's Fraser, he dived on it, but he couldn't quite pick it up cleanly. Jath got taken high, so he'll get the free kick. So CJ. Not 15 play on, so Gordon has to go back to Jath. And he'll get out of the 50 nice and easily with a one-on-one contest up ahead towards Cooper Hines, and he takes a big mark in on the members' side wing to the MCC members for Melbourne Demons. Inside 50, just Artie Jones couldn't quite get it. Pickett did well defensively. Tolstrup to Jath, fends off Artie Jones and goes for a little bit of a run. Along the wing, down back towards the Petty direction. Chandler picks it up cleanly off of the hit out. Off of the hit down. Sparrow's got over the top. Windsor. Here he goes. Another one over the top. They could work off of this nice and easily. Goes for goal in front of the cheer squad. He's missed it. Oh no. The young fella. I don't know who that is, but it's one of the young fellas from Melbourne, of course. That was unfortunate to see a behind from that young fella. I don't know who he is, but anyway, Bramble's got it. Pickett standing the mark. He's got Bailey Dale. Oh no! Hammered down by Chandler. See you later. Chandler's gonna have to get back behind the mark, so therefore he can play on from there. Centering kick to the corridor, and that's Daniel Turner, or Disco Turner. He'll go long inside the forward 50. Petty's down there, a couple of others down there. Fraser got stripped down without it. Not Gorn, Bontempelli down in there. Same as Sanders and Petty. And the ball up. Gorn just grabs it out of the ruck, holds it in with Rory Lobb, and a ball up is... We'll have another stoppage. Gorn in the ruck. Fraser clears it away. That's going to go out in the full, so that'll be a free kick back to Melbourne. It'll come back to Rivers, who will take the kick back inside the forward 50. Waiting for the leaders to come across. Here he goes towards the Petty direction, and O'Donnell is the man to save the day for the Dogs. That was a nice kick. Just found the open space for West, and here goes Bontempelli. Off he goes, steaming through the middle, over the top of the outer side wing to Norton. Inside 50, the only man there is Johnny Jones. Takes the mark over Jaff. He says, thank you very much. Yes, let's fucking go. Sorry about the language on this stream. Obviously, I try to keep it family friendly, but that's exactly what he said. Takes a nice mark and will go back for a goal around the corner to make it a 19-point advantage. Goes around the corner. That is sweet. That is beautiful. That is nice. Artie Jones shows Jaff who's boss. Puts it through. 19-point advantage. Look at that replay. Look at that kick from Norton. That is pure. That is sublime, superb, absolutely perfection. So Artie Jones has got 2 in the quarter, or 2 in the game so far, sorry, my apologies. Where can you watch the game? So KO Sports or Foxtel. I think you're in America though, so that would make it really hard. This is making me mad, not gonna lie. Lol. Here we go. Windsor, inside 50. Mark. McDonald takes the mark over Karmas. Easy one-on-one win for Tom McDonald. Tom McDonald. The veteran from Melbourne. I'm in Adelaide. Okay, so if you have KO Sports, then you can watch it on there. If not, Foxtel on your TV. You might need a subscription for one of those. KO is $30 a month, which I have, and obviously I haven't had to pay for it for a while, which is weird. But I guess I have a yearly subscription or something like that for footy and stuff. So yeah. But there is not a free stream. Nah, nothing for free unless you have Foxtel if you have Foxtel on your TV, it might be on there, like Fox Footy. But who knows? You might have had to pay for that in the past if you do have it. But if not, that's okay. But Melbourne, they decreased the margin back to the original margin, which was 13 points. It's 13 points yet again. Max Gorn hits it out. Fraser gets the clearance. Tumbling ball towards the inside 50 attackers. And Artie Jones, did he take the mark? Not paid, so Jath will play on, I guess. Sparrow sidesteps a couple over the top. Here we go. Steele goes out wide. Nice one. Chandler couldn't get clean hands on it, though. Langford wrestled in it against Sanders, and it goes over the boundary line. So that'll be either a Sanders free. Oh, is that 50? Yes, it will be 50. Wow. Melbourne fans are not happy. Harvey Langford thought it was a boundary throw-in, but obviously he kicked it out of play, so technically that would have been the last touch rule. And he tried to give it to the umpire instead of Riley Sanders, so that'll be 50 metres. Matthew Kennedy launches it inside 50 again to the Leapers and Jaff. Who was trying to guard him? Obviously no one at this point. Do you think Melbourne will win? I mean, I hope so, but who knows? The Dogs are playing fierce at the moment. Petty couldn't hold on, almost took a one-handed grab, and that should be ball, not paid. Kennedy got rid of it somehow, so did Fraser, and that's on the ball. Wait. Yep. It's a throw. Melbourne free is going to come back. Fitzgerald will take the free kick. I need some defense here. Why? Who are you going for? Who are you going for in this one? I know you said you made a bet on combining the teams to score 190 points overall, but who are you going for in this game? Melbourne or the Dogs? Who do you want to defend? Sharp plays on quickly. Heads long and strong inside 50. Leapers go up. Crash the pack. High ball from Davidson. Push in the back. Not paid. Lever will take the free. Take the mark. Not the free, the mark. Goes inside the forward 50. Gordon's there. Petty's there. Leaps up. Couldn't hold on. Bottom pelly. Davidson clears it away. Rolling towards the line. It's going to be the last touch rule. So it's going to come back. Jake Lever will take the kick back in. So Jake Lever's got to be smart here. Called to go. Sets it up again to the Leapers. Fist out the way from O'Donnell and that'll be out of play. So we'll have a stoppage. Loud crowd at the MCG this afternoon. Coming up on Fox Footy and also Channel 7 for Adelaide viewers. The Adelaide Crows will host the GWS Giants. Same with Geelong hosting Richmond. The game just before that at GMHBA in the Adelaide Oval in Geelong. And of course the City of Churches, Adelaide, for both those games. Sparrow somehow got rid of it in time. Didn't know if he had too much time to get rid of it or not. Sparrow holding in, surrounded by 3 Bulldogs. It was kind of like a rugby tackle. With that sort of 3-on-1 situation. Nick Foot calling for the rucks to get in the contest and the midfielders to step back. Ball up occurs. Langford. You want both teams to defend? Fair enough. But wouldn't you want Melbourne to defend more? Because obviously the Bulldogs are in front. Technically, you made a bet on both teams to score 190 points in total, combined, but you want both teams to defend. So do you want both teams to score or not? Tumbling ball towards the 2-on-2 situation. Jouth had the number with Bowie. Got tackled immediately. Nice tap from Jouth. That was smart. Back to Bowie. Over the top to Fitzgerald. They're being hardly pressured here at the moment, the Dees. They've got to be careful here. They get out of trouble. Chandler to a 1-on-1. Petty with the hands to it. O'Donnell didn't take the mark and we'll have a stoppage. Dogs fans wanted a mark being paid there, but unfortunately that will not be the result. So the umpire will call for a ball up. Gawn. Windsor. Salem tackled by Kennedy. Stoppage again. So Gawn and Lobb will go at it again. Gawn in the ruck. One down by Gawn. Langford dropped it, not ball. Play on the call. No scoring. Wait, you don't want any team to score? But didn't you say you wanted both teams to score 190 points in total overall? Like combined? That means they have to get big scores. Like what? Oh, here we go. Max Gawn and Matthew Kennedy are going at it. Jack Steele and Fraser in there. Salem pushes Fraser out the way. Dolan's in there as well. Here we go. Bit of a fierce fight between Kennedy and Gawn, and Gawn's rewarded with the free somehow, as Gawn must have taken Kennedy down to the ground and it was ball. But anyway, Mad Max goes long inside the 50. Leapers go up. Mark taken, not quite for McDonald. Thought he had plucked it, but unfortunately not. He thought it was an arm chop as well. But unfortunately, it'll be a ball up as a result. So, a chorus of boos from the Melbourne fans right in that pocket. That should be ball, not paid. Yes, it will be paid. Never mind. Melbourne fans finally get the result they wanted. And Harry Sharp will line up for goal. He'll go around the corner for this one to make it back to single figures for a 7-point game. Oh, you took the under. Okay, you took the under, not the over. Okay. Fair enough. Well, it looks like it's going to be well and truly under, but what do I know? Goes around the corner, kicks it behind. Oh no! The Dogs are struggling to get out of defence, but they find a way to do so just in time. And Selwood, that's a big contested mark against Jaff. Right on the goal, right on the boundary line as well. Boundary umpire was right there to see if it went over or not. Long ball to the contest. Leapers go up once more. Dolan, did he throw it away? Not paid. Gardner goes in there hard with Fitzgerald. Ball up. 12 points to the margin. What's the score? You can see the scoreboard right to the left. 28-40. That's the score right now. This is what every AFL YouTuber does. They have the scoreboard on the screen. They have the quarter, and then most YouTubers have a timer. But I've had a timer in the past, but not for this one, unfortunately, because I was rushing trying to make graphics and all that with the thumbnail and the scoreboard as well. So I had to just rush with all these graphics because I had to start the stream at 3:40, which was 5 minutes prior to the game. So, a very late start, but anyway, at least we got there from the start, so that's good. Cooper Hines. Lindsay Richards around the corner, nice mark. Norton handballs to Kennedy, goes inside 50, Jones leapt over the top. Down towards the goal line. Sanders has got to work hard. Same too with Langford. Salem sidesteps. Oh, he got rid of his man as well, so that was really strong by Salem. Well done. Goes long and strong, and out of bounds is the result because Petty and O'Donnell hammer it over the line. My bad, I'm blind. What minute is it on? Well, currently the timer on the thing, because it's a countdown clock, and during every stoppage it obviously stops. So it's 10 minutes and 24 seconds to go in the quarter, whereas my timer would count upwards, not downwards. It wouldn't be a countdown clock, it would be a count up clock. So it would be like a half an hour quarter with count up. Sparrow, Fitzgerald, Salem. Over the top, nice one. Langford takes the mark, uncontestedly. I don't think that's a word, but oh well. McDonald over the top to Sharp, he bodies his man out of the way, does McDonald. Goes central towards Petty. Nice mark. Now, did he have the journey in him, Harrison Petty? Had Pickett running to the side. Harrison Petty, from about 53, 54 metres out, lines it up from just inside the centre square. He sprayed it right or left. I think it's left. And it's a minus score. It was right from the angle that it was, but it was left from the real side he was kicking on. So 4 goals 5, 6 goals 4. Bramble gives it back from the 1-2 with Bailey Williams, and that's a good mark taken. Luke Kennedy, oh no, bit of strife here, nice tackle. Over the top, Kennedy did well. Sidestep from O'Donnell, went over the top. Mark has been paid. Just. Should not have been paid. That was definitely like 8 to 10 metres at least. That was not 15. Definitely not 15 metres. Long ball down the line, 2-on-1 situation. Fist over the line by McDonald now to play. The Dogs' pressure factor is 7 up on the Melbourne Demons, 174 to 167. 8 minutes 25 to go in the second quarter, or also known as the first half. From the tap down. Sanders goes after it. Gardner in there as well. Waitman just takes him into the contest and gets taken down. Ball up. Going in the ruck, push Gardner out the way, to the pocket, bouncing ball. Carmison Jefferson couldn't get to it in time, and that'll be a boundary throw-in. Going in the ruck, taps it down. Jefferson got rid of it somehow. Toe poke forward towards the square. Fritsch taps it down. Over the top, Lindsay. Bailey Fritsch again. Got to get back on his left. Bowie around the corner. Skies one to the top of the line. Kennedy bodies his work ethic into it. And that's another minor score. So 4 goals, 6. It is 10 points the margin right now. Bramble to Bont and gives it back to him. Risky kick, Jaff with a fist out, and that'll be out of play. Well done defensively from Chankuth Jaff. Seven and a half minutes to go in the first half. Toss back into play. Gone. Fraser pulls it over the top. Kennedy got rid of it somehow. Dolan, here we go. Over the top inside 50. Davidson or Waitman. It was one of the two. I didn't know which one it was out of the two. Waitman put his body on the line. Bowie into it. Nice tackle from Waitman. Just a tad too late. Chandler got past his man. Over the top. The pressure factor has been amazing from the Demons. Well, from the Dogs, should I say. And Lindsay finds a way to give it to Laurie, and that's a good play from Melbourne. Inside 50, just towards the 50-metre line. Fitzgerald has to run after it against 3 Bulldogs players. Bramble taken down in the tackle by 2 Demons. And we'll have a stoppage. The pressure factor has been absolutely immaculate tonight. Or this afternoon, this evening, whatever you want to call it. It's 4:45 p.m. in Adelaide right now, where I am. It is night time, technically. Technically night time starts at 6 p.m. because that's when it starts to get dark, but whatever. Over the top, pulls the kick a bit too low. And a nice spoil away from Tolstrup out of play. Ball in. 10 points the margin, 6.5 to play in the opening half. Big game this one between these two sides. Bontempelli was hassled by Steele. Richards got rid of it somehow, and then a ball up. Gordon Gardner in the ruck. Hack kick out of the way from the Demons. Karmas got rid of it somehow. Dolan taken down in the tackle inside the centre square. This is the direct middle of the ground almost. Well, not the direct middle of the ground, but it is around the middle of the ground. Go on, hits it out. Langford, tap forward, bouncing ball. Bailey Williams in the contest. Held in, stoppage. Go on, pushes his man out the way in the rucking contest. Rivers goes inside 50, over the head of a couple. Rolling ball. Sanders has the open space. Handball over the top. Goes over the top to Kennedy. Nice one out wide. Nice one in favour of Waitman. Is there a free kick on the play? Oh no, they kept going. Oh no, it is a free. Wait, is it a free? Yeah, it's a free for hold. Holding the arm. Richards has to get past his man, get back on that left, centres the kick towards the top of the goal square. Bouncing ball, whips in the back, rolls it through. That's a massive goal. Score review potentially. Wait, no. Never mind, it's not a goal. It's a push in the back. Free kick for the Demons. Tolstrup, last line of defence, gets rewarded with a free. Bangs it long to a contest. Langford almost got a boot to it, couldn't quite though. Lob handballs it past Petty, past Petty's tackle. Kennedy handballs it to space. Richards got rid of it. stripped of it quickly. Jefferson taken in it, or not Jefferson, but Williams taken in a tackle. Rivers goes the long ball, one-on-one, Selwood and Fritz. They've got to work hard, the Dogs defenders. Laurie, Sparrow, here we go. Bailey Fritz, was he held without it? Play on the call. Bramble, Hines. The Dogs defence is absolutely tearing apart the Demons. And off goes Bonampelli. Here we go. He streams away. Goes down the line and is stolen away. Stands his ground as Tolstrup. And the shocking kick was not the best to Bowie. And a boundary throw-in is the result. Holy crap. What a game of footy we have on our hands. A 10-point margin in the late stage of the second quarter. 4.5 to play. Rory Lobb and Max Gawn in the rucking contest. Gawn just hammers it down. Couldn't get distance on the fist though. Kennedy goes just to the 50-metre arc. Pickett just takes down West, but that's high contact, a high fend. Riley West will get the free. Goes long inside the 50. Who's the target? Leaps up. Kennedy couldn't quite. There's 4 Dogs there. Waving over his hands. Oh, that was very close. That could have been exactly like the game against Port a couple of years ago. Or ages ago, like 4 or 5 years ago. That was a good effort, but unfortunately, he got more height than distance, so it was over the line for a point from a rush behind. Bowie called to go. Jaff. Oh no! Ed Richards did really well defensively and gives him a nice smile too and a bit of a bump and a shove. Says thank you very much for that. That was way too easy. That handball was poor. Now we've got to stop it inside our forward 50. Suck it, buddy. Unless they don't get a goal out of this, which they won't right now. Fisted out the way by Gawn and we'll reset. Eighteen clearances apiece. Who will get the 19th? Kennedy, Hines, Richards just got past Fritz's tackle, but then Jaff smothered his kick, so he just got a bit of payback on him. And a tackle, meet up with Butterick and a few others. Kennedy in there. That's Luke Kennedy. And a ball up is the result again. We'll have a ruck contest again. Hines couldn't keep it in. Sparrow holds him at bay, and that's a boundary throw-in. Need Melbourne plus 182. What do you reckon? I don't know what sort of stat you're talking about, but 182. If you're talking about score, then possibly, but I don't know. Bowie, Jaff. They've got to move the handball chain pretty quickly. Lever's got nowhere to go, so he goes to Tolstrup. That's a nice kick over the top to Turner. He's got to pick it up cleanly. Nice handball over the top. Gives it to Rivers, who's stripped of it, taken down. Ball. Aaron Norton has brought all sorts of pressure tonight for the Western Bulldogs. Inside 50, one-on-one. West. Gordon took the mark, but it was an unrealistic attempt. However, Max Gawn did take the mark no matter what, so it was a free kick. It would have been a free kick no matter what for Melbourne. Langdon goes back to Gawn. Riley West is down. Looks like he's in a bit of pain. So the trainer's going to give him some support. Here we go. Straight to the corridor. Rivers to Bowie. Bowie takes a bounce. Goes long towards the Petty direction. He's got to run after this one. He's got plenty of space, time and space to kick it inside 50 over the head. Buku Karmas is such an elite defender for the Bulldogs. Oh, that was a risky kick. Found Butterick only just in time. There was no Melbourne defenders to cut that off. Kennedy to the Bont. Over the top, Richards. They can work through the corridor here. My bad, guys. My microphone went flat, unfortunately, so I won't be able to use the Rode mic for the rest of the stream, unfortunately. That really sucks, but at least I've got the Mac the Mac microphone, like the computer microphone. That's working now. Hopefully you guys can hear me now. I'm sorry about before. I probably was talking gibberish, a lot of gibberish when the battery on the mic went flat. Should have charged them beforehand because I didn't know if I was going to stream this or not. As Harrison Petty kicks a goal for the Demons, and they've got it back to 11. So after the Dogs goal, the Demons had a stoppage in the middle. I wasn't really commentating any of it because I was talking about a couple of other things, but there's a Bunnings build-up goal there for Harrison Petty. Puts it through, and the Demons are back within 11 points. I'm going to check the audio real quick and see if it's not too bad. So, after the Dogs goal, the Demons had a stoppage in the middle. I wasn't really commentating any of it because I was talking about a couple of other things, but there's a Bunnings build-up goal there. Alright, cool. The microphone's not too bad. That's alright. I'm sorry about not charging the microphone, the proper Rode mic last night. Because I didn't think I was going to stream this. I had a thought about it, and I was like, should I stream Carlton, Freo, and the Demons Dogs game? But I thought if both games do collide, which they probably wouldn't have, but if they did collide, I was going to be a bit rushed going into the second stream. So I didn't do Carlton, Freo instead. 8 seconds to go. Can the Dees get one more to bring it back to a single-figure margin? Richards, and that'll be the quarter. There's the siren. Half-time at the MCG. The Dogs currently lead the Dees by an 11-point margin. It's a nice lead for the Demons. The Dogs, sorry. Half-time right now as we've gained a subscriber. Thank you very much for the extra subscription. And we will head into some games now real quick. I'm just going to mute the thing on my headset so I can actually talk and concentrate on what I'm trying to say. Because when I'm listening to the game on my headset through my PlayStation and then talking at the same time, like trying to commentate, it's hard to hear something and then talk at the same time, because when you're listening to something, you tend to, try and stay mainly focused on what the commentators are saying or whatever you're watching, depends on what you're watching. But I mean, if it's a sporting game, then you're mainly focusing on the commentary aspect. But anyway, I won't go into any more detail about that. I'll unplug the Rode microphone receiver, and we'll get into some games for half-time. Thank you very much for the 13th subscriber on the YouTube channel. Thank you very much for that. We will be doing some little games now. I'm going to put up a game on my other screen, and it's going to be the 23-0 game. If you guys have ever heard of that game, it's an AFL game where you get to spin to roll around and club an error for each of your 5 picks. And you get to pick a player for a defender, midfield, ruck, forward, and utility. And basically, if you don't like one of the options, then you can re-roll to see what you can re-roll one of the errors. You can re-roll either error or club to be given a new club or a new error. And based on their combined rating settings, your win-loss record will assume if you go 23-0 in a season or not with the team that you get. So we're going to get it up. I'm going to show it on screen now, or just actually hang on 2 seconds. I'll go like this. And I'll go game. It will overlay on the screen real quick, so I will change that. I'll change that to 23-0. 23-0. It will overlay the screen. Here we go. Excuse me for having it overlaid on the whole screen, but I'm just going to get my camera real quick. Where's that? Where's my camera? There it is. We'll make that smaller, and we'll put it in this corner here, so you guys can still see me. And we'll overlay this underneath everything except for my camera. So I'll put that over the top of the score as well. Or underneath the score as well, should I say. There we go. All right. So there's the game, guys. That's how... Oh, crap. I did not mean to have it over the... Hold on. I need to have my camera over the top of the game, so... Hang on 2 seconds. I'm just going to put it all the way down. I've got a lot of things in my sources tab because I've been doing a lot of streams recently, and I We'll clean that all up when I do NBL content in the near future. But for now, it's just all stocked up full of crap stuff. So I'll change the text for halftime as well to black so then you guys can see the halftime text. And there we go. That might not be the best colour to use, but you know what we'll do? We'll put that there. Whoops. Put that there. And then we'll go back to the game and shrink that black bit so we can only have the white bits on there. Cool. And then we'll make that a tad bigger. And then we'll shrink the top bit so we don't see the whole Firefox browser thingy. Alright, so this is what you're meant to do. Here we go. Perfect. Alright, I'll move my camera a bit more. I'll put it just here. Actually, no, I'll put it here so you guys can still see the score and stuff. And you guys can see what club and error and blah, blah, blah do. So what you got to do, spin. We'll get the team of Essendon from the 2000s. So we can choose one of the best players on the list. I will, I'll actually get rid of the halftime text. Let me find the halftime text real quick. Quarter, where's that? Here we go. All right. Give me 2 seconds, guys. I'm just going to move my camera as well. I've got to move a few things here. All right. We'll put it, I don't know where to put it. I guess I'll just put it there. Make it a bit smaller. There we go. All right, there we go. We'll have it in the very direct corner there. Cool. All right, we can start the game now. Sorry about this, guys. Just hold on. Bear with me for a moment. Bear with me. There we go. All right. So, we could pick Matthew Lloyd. We could pick James Hird. Who should we pick? I mean, Matthew Lloyd is good for the marks and goals, but I want to go James Hird for the disposals. You know what? I'll go Matthew Lloyd and I'll put him in the forward line. There we go. All right, we'll spin again. Let's see what we get here. Sydney 1990s. I mean, Tony Lockett wasn't really good at Sydney. So I'm gonna respin error and see what I get. Okay, 2010s, that was much better. That was heaps better. Josh Kennedy. Or Dan Hanbury. No, let's do Josh Kennedy. Josh Kennedy, I'll put him in the midfield. Alright, here we go. St Kilda 1990. So we can't do another... I can put Robert Harvey in the utility spot. Who's those guys? Let's have a look at Ruck. There's no one really good for Ruck, so I might just put Robert Harvey in the utility spot. Brisbane 2020s. Wowee. So I could go the Ruck. I could go McInerney. I could go Fort, Draper. Or I could go defender. Harris Andrews is probably the best defensive-wise. None of them get goals, though. So let's go Harris Andrews. I'll put him in the defence. He's probably not the best player to choose, but I'll choose him anyway. And the final one, we got Port Adelaide 2010s. We have to choose a ruckman. Let's go with Charlie Dixon. All right, let's see how our team went. Yeah, 18 and 5. That wasn't really the best one. We'll try that again. We'll build another. Here we go. Let's respin. Let's do this again. This game is quite fun, so let's do it again. St Kilda 1990s. Okay, we'll start with Robert Harvey and we'll put him in the midfield this time. Freo 2000s. Pavlich, Peter Bell's a good one with disposals. Sandilands is good with the hit-outs. Let's go Aaron Sandilands. I know it seems like a bit of a risky call, but we'll go with him. Who's next? Sydney 2020s. Oh, we got some good players here. We got Heaney. We can put him in the utility or forward. I'll put him in utility. I want like a key forward as the forward. So Geelong 2010s. Oh my goodness, what a team! Okay, let's go Tom Hawkins for the forward. All right, we need a defender now. Please be a good defender. Essendon 2010s. That's actually not that bad. We got Hooker. We got Goddard. Let's go Goddard. Bang. Oh, so close. Oh, we were one win away. Jeez, we made the grand final at least. A+ grand final. That was pretty good. Robert Harvey, Sandilands, Heaney, Hawkins, and Goddard. That was actually pretty good. All right, let's build one more. Well, not one more, but we'll do this plenty more times. Let's do it again. We keep getting St Kilda 1990s. You know what? I'm going to switch club. Hopefully I get like someone like Crows or something. Richmond. Okay, that was a bit of a worse call. Should have stuck with them. All right, let's go Brendan Gale. I don't even know who he is, but we'll go with Brendan Gale. North Melbourne 2020s. Let's go Sheasel for the disposals. Geelong 2000s. Far out. We got Gaz. We got Corey. We got Bartel. Bartel's good. Bartel's better than Ablett for disposals. But is he better with everything else? He is. So let's go him as a utility. Jimmy Bartel. Port Adelaide 2020s. Do we go the Ruckman again? Do we go Dixon or do we go a defender? Who's a good defender here? Kane Corns? Trengove Jonas. Let's go Kane Corns. Kane Corns would be good. And then we need a Ruckman. Please be like Melbourne or something. I actually jinxed Melbourne, but I didn't think it was going to be 2000s. Okay, we have to go Ruck. Darren Jolly's the worst option. Let's just go Jeff White. It's risky. Yeah, there was no way. There was no way. With Brendan Gale and Jeff White, there was no way we were getting a good score. We made top 4 though, which is good. Alright, let's do this again. Let's keep doing it. Spin. What do we get? Gold Coast. Oh, wow. We're starting off with Ablett. Gary Ablett for Gold Coast. He was like the best Gold Coast player in history, I reckon. And that's because the Gold Coast Suns only started in 2011, and that's when he went to Gold Coast in like 2012 or 2011 or something like that. Ben Cousins. Oh, let's go forward. Let's see who's forward. Embley. Let's go Embley. As forward. Might have been better to go with the other one, but oh well. Sydney 2020s. Heaney as the utility. Freo 1990s. Do I want to spin the club again or the error? Should I go? No, I want to spin the error. See what I can get for Freo. 2020s. That's really good. Forward or ruck? I could go ruck. I could go Luke Jackson. That's a really good pick. I've got a really good team so far. Adelaide. Oh, that's really good. Defenders. Oh, maybe not. Maybe it wasn't good. Maybe it wasn't good at all. Oh, boy. Why didn't I pick... Okay, I'll go with Ben Hart. It's probably a bad team. No, 8-5, not bad. Okay, let's do this again. See what we get here. Freo 1990s. I'm going to spin the club. I'm gonna hope to get like Adelaide or something. Essendon. Bummer. Gavin Wanganeen, I guess. We'll put him in defence. GW. Oh, wow. Jeremy Cameron for the goals. He was a really good forward for the Giants. Won a Coleman in 2019. Hawthorn. Oh, wow. 2020s. We got midfield. Let's go Jai. Let's go Jai and put him in utility. I want to do something a bit different than just midfield. St Kilda 2000s. Oh, Lenny Hayes. Or Rewalt. No, Lenny Hayes. Lenny Hayes was better. And we've got a Ruckman from West Coast 2000s. Oh, hang on a minute. Dean Cox. No way. Oh, 20-3. That's actually not bad. That's actually better than I thought. That's way better than I thought. I genuinely thought we were going to be so bad at this. Okay, that was good. Minor premiers. Nice. Let's do this again. I'm very delayed on the stream. I apologise, guys. But, yeah. Anyway, just so you know. Brisbane 2020s. Oh, do I go forward? Do I go a midfielder? Let's go Lachie Neale. Let's put him in the main midfield. Hawthorn 90s. Dunstall or Crawford. I think Crawford would be better for the utility. Bulldogs 2010s. Oh my gosh. Bontempelli. Put him in the forward line. St Kilda to... Oh. I've got Ruck and Defender to go. Why do I always get Defender and Ruck to go? Goddard was good. You know, let's go Goddard. He was better at Essendon, but you know what? Let's just do it anyway. West Coast 90s, Ruck. The only good stats-wise is Paul Harding with the hit-out, so I'm going to go him as the hit-outs. Not a bad team, actually. 19-4. That was actually pretty good. Let's do it again. Okay, we already know Jeremy Cameron. Pretty easy, that one. Adelaide 2020s. Dawson. Put him in utility because I want a better midfielder. North 90s. North 90s. Let's go Carey. Can't go Carey. Bummer. I've got no one better. Let's just respin error then for North. Please be 2020s. 2000s. Okay, that's not much better. But it's not that bad. Brent Harvey. Put him in the midfield. Carlton 90s. That's really good, actually. Stephen Silvani's a good one. Williams, Brown, Madden. Kernahan. Oh, no, we can't go him, though. Midfielder, Brown, Madden. We'll have to go Madden. And Melbourne 2010s. Defenders. Let's go McDonald or Watts. I mean, McDonald just started, but Watts. Let's go Watts. Again, 19-4. That's actually... It's not too bad. Alright, we got Hawthorn 2010s. We're going to go Sammy Mitchell. I should have put him in utility. Oh, well. Too bad. Melbourne 90s. Gary Lyon, utility. Should have put... no, he wouldn't be a good forward, though. I want a key forward as a... Freo to that, Pavlich. North 2020s. Oh, I want to go Sheasel. Bummer. I took all my good players. McDonald, Siebel. Who's better here? McKercher. He's got disposals, so I'll go McKercher defence. Probably not the best defence, but... Brisbane 2000s. Ruck. We can go... Man, these guys are bad. Mitch Clark, I guess. It's a bad team. Yeah, 17-6. Bulldogs 2000s. Let's go... Johnson or Adam Cooney. I'll go Johnson, utility. He can start on the bench. West Coast 2020s. Oh. Man, this is good. Dom Sheed, mid. Dom Sheed was good midfield. Okay, Collingwood. Oh, wow. Collingwood 2010s when they won the flag and everything. Holy crap. Trelaw's good. Pennery's good. So Grundy is okay. Forward. You got Elliott, DeGoey, Beans. Far out. Dane Swan was a massive forward for them. Let's go Dane Swan. Richmond 90s. Richmond 90s. I probably want to respin. Sydney. Respin the error, I guess. 2020s. Oh, wait. No, but I've only got defenders left. Callum Mills is not bad. Yeah, but I want a bigger defender than that. No, there's no one better. Let's go Callum Mills. Alright, we need a ruck here. We need a ruckman. Geelong 90s. Bummer. Got no one here. Let's just go to the Melbourne coach, Stephen King. 17-6. Yeah. Go figure. I thought it was bad. It was always going to be bad. Gold Coast. Ooh. Got Anderson, Rowell. Rowell on the Brownlow. Anderson. Let's go to utility for Anderson. Port Adelaide 90s. Wanganeen can be in the midfield. See who we get here. West Coast 2000s. Far out. Let's go Ben... can't go Ben Cousins. Dean Cox, I guess. Put him in the ruck. Get rid of the ruck straight away. Because then we don't have ruck and defender left. Bulldogs 2010s. We need a defender or a forward. Bond. We're going the Bond. Who's our defender? Freo 2020's defence. Luke Ryan, Alex Pearce, Hayden Young. Let's go Ryan. Bang. Oh, 1904. Okay, that'll do it. That was quite a fun game. I actually like that game. I want to play that more often, to be honest. Genuinely, I want to play that more often. And that's probably what I will be doing. I probably will be playing that more often than not. So, stay tuned for more content. I might do a whole stream on it. Or a whole stream on a couple of AFL games such as that. But anyway, I'm going to get up the halftime thing. Where's the text for it? Where are we? There we go. Change that to white now because we can put it back over white. And we will get the third quarter underway from the MCG. So, therefore, if the Dogs beat the Dees this afternoon from here on out with an 11-point lead, that therefore means the Bulldogs will be playing the Collingwood Magpies in a home wildcard final for them at the MCG. And then Carlton will play Adelaide at the Adelaide Oval. If the Demons win, they will probably go to 4th and the Dogs will play the Crows in 7th versus 10th. And that therefore means Carlton will play Collingwood. So I want Melbourne to win just because the Crows can play the Dogs. And that also therefore means the Collingwood-Carlton can be a wildcard final and be a final for the first time in a while. Anyways, third quarter's underway from the MCG. Let's get the second half done and dusted from the Jason. Here we go. The MCG erupts. Final second half of this game. Here we go. Second half starts. And Sparrow gets a handball away to Gawn. Goes long inside the attacking 50. Spirals it long towards the Petty direction. Someone was held without it. It'll be a Petty free. O'Donnell is so furious. He had his jumper held as well and he's not happy with the call. So the umpire... because the umpire has given it to Harrison Petty. Harrison Petty for goal number 3 of the afternoon to give it back, to bring it back to 5 points the margin to make the game a bit interesting. He's nowhere near getting that through the big sticks, so that'll be 37. Bailey Dale goes out wide and that'll be stolen. No, it won't. Bowie with a spoil out of the defence. Well, not out of the defence, but back towards kind of like the forward end. Try and keep it in the attacking half. Max Gawn versus Roy Lobb in the contest. Gawn won it down. Richards. High ball, not 15 play on, so Sparrow taps it down towards Pickett's direction. Bouncing over the head of Dale. Williams and French hold it in. He got rid of it a second after the ball up was called. Scramble in there, Pickett around the corner, high ball towards the goal face. 1-on-1, Turner, McDonald, oh no! Couldn't quite hold on to the mark. I didn't know which one it was. It was Turner or McDonald. I didn't know which one. That's why I said both. But what I was meant to say, if I knew which one it was, I would have said McDonald and Karmas. McDonald, Karmas, blah, blah, blah. But unfortunately, I went through for a point. So 38-47. It is single figures now, but by the narrowest possible margin, it is by single figures. 9 points. Norton. Over the head. Fraser. Bramble and Tolstrup go in under it. Bowie. Gawn. Clears that out wide. Nice kick to Sharp. McDonald goes towards the forward half again. Who go the long option towards the McDonald direction. Leapers go up, but O'Donnell takes the intercept mark. Buku Karmas He's got time and space to clear it away. Butterick. Bontempelli has got a teammate over the top. It's a risky handball. Sanders got past Windsor just with the ball in his traps. Or in his tracks, should I say. Bontempelli over the top. Richards has got a teammate short. Big bump between him and Tolstrup. And they go in at it. A bit of a shove from Richards. He says, how about that? Well, look at that. Colton Tolstrup and Ed Richards. Body on the line. Bang. Right into each other. Oh, he's got two sore shoulders after that big bump. Unfortunately, Ed Richards. That's why he's got tape on the left one. Speaking of him, he has the ball. Bontempelli. Fraser goes inside 50. The Leapers have got the numbers. 3-on-3 situation. Norton. Did he mark it? No, I thought he dragged it back into his lap. Jath. And he got pinged by Riley West. He'll get the free kick, does Riley. Riley West will line up for goal to bring it back to 15 points. For a 15-point game, Riley West lines up for goal. Goes for the shot at it, and he struck it purely through the big sticks. As good as you like from Riley West. Puts it through, and there's a bit of a grab of the jumpers from a couple of players. Fraser's one of them. $15 points to the margin. They're going to reset. Pickett out of the middle. Gets past after the Gorn hit out, but got taken down as well. And Sparrow took Richard's legs out, so technically that was a fair tackle until he caught him in the legs. So that'll be a tripping free kick. Blasts it long towards a contest. One-on-ones in the area. Waitman almost plucked that and then almost did the split straight afterwards. Lob. Bontempelli. Handball to the space. Waitman, effective handball. Here we go, Hines. Got it on the outside of the boot, but that could work though. Kennedy, did he pluck onto the mark? Not paid. Norton around the corner, goes towards goal. The goal line lever. The man to defend. The Twin Towers down there in the defence. Fists it through from behind. Landon kicks to the wing. Bailey Williams has an open man. Gets it back off the 1-2. That's a nice feed over the top. Hines goes inside the forward 50. And the Melbourne Demons all have numbers there as Waitman fell to the ground. Turner. It was a very risky kick. The Melbourne fans were like, that's a nice kick. McDonald. Nice chest mark. Right into his chest. Long of the wing to a one-on-one. Langdon and Dale. Well done, Dale, defensively, but Langdon's headband has got a bit of a detachment, so he's just going to have to adjust that. $16 points to the margin. 5-8 to 8-6 right now. It's 8 behinds versus 8 goals. Steele, Gorn, Langdon. Got past the defenders. Around the corner. Petty couldn't pluck onto the mark, almost did though. Windsor with a nice box out for Sharp to pick it up cleanly. Long ball to the Langford direction. And O'Donnell again. He has been so good defensively for the Western Bulldogs, and that's what's given him an easy 16-point advantage from here on out right now. Along the wing they go. Jones centers it beautifully. What a time to perfection kick. Over to Fraser, and Norton's got space. Takes the mark. Runs into an open goal. Bang. Puts it through. The Demons fans wanted a push. Unfortunately not called. And the Dogs will extend the margin out to 22 points. If you do not mind, Norton's got 2. Yeah, the Demons fans thought that was a push against Norton on Turner. What a kick from Jones to Fraser, and then Norton with a little nudge. Should have been a push in the back, but they've done it all day and the umpires haven't paid it, so technically the Melbourne fans can't be saying that's a push in the back. They haven't paid it all day. If they haven't paid it all day, then the goal stands. 5-1-31 in scores from the defensive 50 to the attacking 50. That's for the Dogs' way. And the bottom Pelly straight through the middle. Oh, wow! Marcus Bontempelli. I wasn't even watching. I was watching, but wasn't even paying attention. I was focusing on the last goal that happened. But what a goal from Bontempelli. Let's have a look at the replay one more time. There was a free kick against the Demons, and Bontempelli decided to take the advantage and just blast it from 50. That went straight through the big sticks, and they increased it down to 28. Up to 28, sorry. Not down to 28. Let's have a look at the play here. So, a high ball towards half forward. There's a push against the Demons. The Dogs pay advantage from Bontempelli, and that goes purely straight through the eye, diddle diddle. If you do not mind, Marcus Bontempelli, he is that good of a player. He is so good. Still in the midfield. Sparrow spun the 360 through a tackle. Steele, Fitzgerald gets it back. To the centre and kick. To centre half forward, should I say. Hines, tackled by Chandler, got rid of his tackle, but somehow fell to the ground. Lob, Langdon was helped without it. Lob tapped it forward. Langdon again dives in on it hard. Sparrow in there, Selwood in there, Williams in there. Handballs to Hines, nice and quickly and easily. They go through the midfield pretty easily. Rolling ball towards a 2-on-1 situation. Bowie was held without it against Waitman, and he'll get rewarded with the free. So Cody Waitman has to give it back to him. Free kicks 11-10 in favour of the Demons. Technically, the free kick count doesn't mean they're going to win the game, because technically the umpires do favour one side sometimes, or most of the time in the AFL, which is kind of unfair, but technically the Dogs are winning, so they're giving the Dogs the easy opportunities for a goal, even though Melbourne have got the advantage by 1 in free kicks. Lever to Sparrow in the middle of the ground. Rivers. Gone. That's a risky handball. Got to get rid of it. Does in time. Over the top. Gets it back. Has to go backwards to go forwards. Bowie has to chase after this. Bounce was a bit unlucky, but it found him just in time. Risky kick. Cut off by Davidson and out of play. The Dogs' defence is absolutely ripping into the Melbourne Demons so far. The pressure right now has risen from the Dogs. 191 to 175. The Demons only went up by 7 or 8 since the second quarter, or first or second quarter. Whereas the Dogs, they've gone up. Excuse me, they've gone up rapidly. Selwood takes a defensive mark and gives a little push to Jefferson afterwards. Not 15. Play on. Sanders. No mark paid. Buku. And Buttery takes that out of play from Chandler's tackle. $28 points the margin right now. Richards and the Bont, both on the bench. Same with Artie Jones. Jones and Richards are getting some treatment on the mats. Getting some massage treatment. Rivers, tapped away, Bowie. Fitzgerald, Gorn, back to Fitzgerald. Goes to half forward, Buku Karmas is standing underneath this. He did well to stand his ground, but McDonald was able to fist it away without giving away an arm chop. Gorn, Sanders, here we go. Kick was affected, but he found a way to get the boot on it. Norton slides on the mark. Slides and takes the mark. Here's Dolan on for a run. Takes a bounce over the top. Davidson, he'll get it back, Dolan. This could be one of the great goals if he can get there. Kennedy, over the top, centering ball. Hines, they're all there. Waitman puts it back. Bang! Straight through the back of the net. Soccer skills from Cody Waitman. The goal counts. I don't know what I was trying to say there, but what a goal from Cody Waitman. They increase it to 34 now, and the margin is just going up and up and up. This game has changed. Well, no, it hasn't changed at all. The Dogs' pressure has been elite ever since the start. That was a great handball. Kennedy to Hines. And then the soccer skills from Waitman on the down. Wow. Straight through the middle of the hands. Oh, he touched it. Is that a goal? That should be touched, because I thought that was touched. I thought he touched the ball and not his fingers. Maybe he touched the boot, not the ball. Did Ed Langdon? Oh, here we go. Score review. Yeah, the ball's touched. The ball's definitely touched. So, the Melbourne defender did really well there. Ed Langdon makes it 67 instead of 66. 72. So the margin is now 29 points instead of 34. Christian Salem. Runs his full measure and goes down the line towards the Petty direction. Sport away by O'Donnell. West Bramble taking a tackle. Stoppage. Gorn gets the head out. Hines. Chandler races after him. Kennedy. That was Matthew to Luke Kennedy. Gardner taking a tackle. That should be ball. No, not paid. Ball up. Gorn wins the head out. West just pounces on the ball like a cat and goes to Bramble. Launches it long towards the 50. Numbers in favour of Melbourne. Mark taken by Turner. He'll centre it out wide. Right towards the goal square. Jaff. Laurie. Pickett. That's over the head of Tolstrup, so he's got to work hard here. He does. Tries to get a handball straight away out of the hands. Williams taken a tackle by Lindsay and out of play. So we'll have a boundary throw in. Can the Demons get something here? Demons need to work hard here. A goal would be needed so desperately for their top 4 chances to stay alive. If not, their top 4 chances will be gone if they do lose this game from here on out, which they are down by a big margin of 29 points. Davidson, kick effective. Well done defensively from the Melbourne tackler and the Melbourne defender to take the mark in Trent Rivers. Tolstrup. Out wide, and that's an aggressive kick. Stolen by Bailey Dale. Intercept mark. Richards chips it over the top. Nice one to Riley West. No one on the mark for the Dees. So he goes to the centering kick, and that was a bad one to Rivers, because Rivers was the first one to get to it, but unfortunately, it landed on the turf before his hands, so he couldn't quite take the mark, and the ball up right on the 50 will be the result. Stoppage here. Going in the ruck. Long ball towards the pocket, or not towards the pocket, towards the centering. Enter, here we go. Bontempelli the Hines goes for goal and misses. So 30 points exactly. Five goals the margin. The Dees have been going down the corridor all day long. Long ball towards the Petty direction. Williams. Buku. Out wide to the open space. Rich is the first one to pounce on it. Takes a cheeky little bounce. And then goes on his left. And coughs it up. Turner. Goes out wide. Nice one to Lever. 50! Not paid. Wow, the umpire should have given him 50 there. Jath, he dropped the mark. But he's got time and space to pick it up. Take a little bounce. And then go. Bontempelli giving as much pressure as he can before tackling him. And Steele takes the mark. Goes towards centre half forward. Centre and kick. Demons have the numbers. Leap up from Jefferson was nice. Takes the mark. Now can Melbourne find a target inside 50? To the pocket he goes. Here's the magician, Cozzy Pickett. This goal will be necessary. This has to go through now. A goal here can bring it back to 4 points. Look at that camera angle. That is perfect. Look at this camera angle. Look at it. Oh my goodness. Cozzy Pickett going outside of the boot here. Goes the outside of the boot. That is pure. Look at that. Cozzy Pickett putting through a nice big blow. Puts it through. And it's back to 4 goals the margin. $24 points the margin. With no Jacob Van Rooyen, they've been a big club without him this afternoon. Unfortunately, have been on the downside of things because obviously Jacob Van Rooyen would have given him a spark, but unfortunately with that suspension after last week against Port, he's let the Dogs have some freedom for almost 3 whole quarters. Melbourne get a free kick here for holding the ball. Jack Steele. They go inside 50 again. Leapers go up. Pettier down there. Laurie around the corner. Bouncing towards goal. Oh, it's hit the post. How close was that? 23 points the margin. They need 4 goals for the lead. But unfortunately, that one does not go through. It could have been 3 goals the margin if he got that through, but it was very close. That's going to be a dangerous kick. Coughed up, but oh no, Sharp couldn't quite pick it up cleanly. So Davidson is off and running. Downfield Freo to go to the Bont. Bontempelli would go short. That was a risky kick towards the Sanders direction, and McDonald's got the hands of the possession of the footy now. Langford's got space to run. He goes long towards the Fritz direction. He's got to leap up here. Out the back, he plucked it with his left hand. Oh, he's played on. Oh, what? Buku Khamis has taken him out of it. That's 50. Oh, wait, what? Wow. I thought Bailey Fritz was held without the ball because he played on and then Buku took him down without it. Oh, well. McDonald. Plenty of chorus of boos and cheers right now at the MCG. Bowie takes a bounce and goes long towards half forward. Plucked by Jefferson. They need a goal here to keep them in it. What's his name? Fitzgerald goes to the pocket, a bit too hard for Fritsch. Over the line, and the Dogs will kick it back into play. Go Demons, says Ivan. I mean, I hope so too. I mean, I want the Demons to win, but who knows? Buku. Petty taken in a tackle by 2 Dogs. Is it a ball up or is it a free kick? I think it's ball up, yeah. Knocked away. Jaff around the corner. Centre and kick Jefferson's direction. Handball to Windsor from the pocket. There is no way. Caleb Windsor, you are kidding me! Caleb Windsor from the boundary! Are you kidding me? That is one of the goals of the year. If Connor McKenna's wasn't, that has to be the goal of the season. And it is back to 17 points with that massive kick from the boundary. If that isn't goal of the year, I don't know what is, except for the Connor McKenna goal off the deck last night against the Pies. What a finish. Caleb Windsor, hard against the boundary. Buku Kamas was a centre, probably a couple of metres short of touching that before it crossed the line. That was definitely over the line. What a goal. Caleb Windsor high-fives the fans, the little kids around him. Look at that. Look at all the Dees fans. They're ripping into him. Jath and Jefferson are up and about too. That has to go on a TikTok right there. What a highlight. Fitzgerald skies a ball towards half forward. They go hard again, the Demons. Bontempelli to Dale, to Kennedy, over the top to Davidson. They've got some space to run. Launches it long towards half forward. Norton wins the 2-on-2 situation. Oh, that was a shanking kick, but it found Lobb somehow. Can he find a target inside 50? Rory Lobb goes towards the Sanders direction. West fends off Lever. Hands to Richards. Risky handball. Tries to give it over the top to Lobb. He'll go for goal. Has a shot at it. Oh, he's missed. Okay. This game is interesting. 18 points the margin. 3 goals the exact margin right now. Jaff clears it away the defence, but gives it straight to Buku, but he drops it. Sanders. Butterick takes a bounce. Beats Laurie in the foot race. Long ball towards the Gorn direction. Why did Lever punch it away? I don't know. Should have let Max Gorn take the easy mark there, but oh well. Ball up. 4 minutes 24 to go in the third term. The premiership quarter, as I like to say, especially when it gets close to the finals. Sanders sidesteps, doesn't know where to go, sets it up, high skying ball to the hot spot. Norton flies, a couple do in the air. Pickett over the top, sweeping handball to space. Bowie clears it away. 1-on-1 situation, Chandler, well done. Jefferson over the top, here we go. Steele to Chandler, they're off and running. He takes 1 bounce. Bramble's not going to catch him. 2 bounces, centres it towards the 2-on-1. McDonald. It runs past him too fast. And that'll be a boundary throw in inside the D's forward 50. A goal here can bring it back to 2 goals the margin and would make it very interesting in this one at the G. 3 minutes 46 is the countdown in the third quarter. Here we go. Windsor from the pocket. It was touched off the boot. It hit the post anyway. 52-69. What a game of footy. 17 points the margin. Yeah, it was touched by O'Donnell, so it would have been a behind if he... Oh no, that wasn't a Windsor, that was someone else. Oh, was that Jefferson that kicked it? Must have been. Ouch, his ankle doesn't look good. That doesn't look good at all. So they're going to have to stop the play here. And they're going to have to clap him off the field. Applaud. Aaron Norton's hurt as well, so he's going to be a big out if he's out for the remainder of this game, plus the finals, because if they have to play the Crows or the Pies next week, or next week or the week after, then they'll be in big trouble. Matthew Jefferson is out with an injury as well, his ankle. Oh, that doesn't look good as he walks off the field. In bad agony. Ouch. That would have hurt. Oh no, it wasn't his ankle, it was his knee. Popped his knee, I think. Ah, oh! He split his leg like it was like it was shaped like a banana. You know, one of those one of those bananas where it's shaped like a phone. You know, like that, and it's like bent. Yeah, that's what his leg looked like when he landed. Ouch, that would hurt. Dale, that's an ambitious kick, risky one, but it somehow might find a way to get through. Kennedy to Kennedy. Matthew to Luke. He gives it back to Matt. Over the top. Bramble, Dolan, here we go. Selwood goes long, smothered off the boot. Well done. Defensively by Tolstrup. He'll get it back off the 1-2 with Langdon. Skies 1.5 forward. Chandler's got a big win to beat, but Dale, did he take the mark? Not paid. Bailey Dale's not happy about that either. This game is going to turn out interesting in the final term. We've got 3 minutes to go before the last quarter, of course. Kennedy. That's Matthew Kennedy. Bontempelli taps it down smartly to Waitman. Rolling ball, but Jath, oh no, he's dropped it. West has got some pressure to give to him. And here we go. Artie Jones soccers it through. Should be a goal. Why is he picking it up instead? What? Why couldn't he soccer it through? Oh dear. Oh no. And it's holding the ball as well. And Jath is holding onto his hammy. Ouch. Oh no. The Demons will get a free. But Artie Jones should have just soccered it through. Jake Bowie takes the free. Takes some distance on the kick. Petty, an uncontested mark. 2 minutes to go in the quarter. Can they go for a late one in this quarter? Out towards Chandler. He's got one to beat, and that's Selwood who takes him down. Gets a handball away, but drags it back in. Holding the ball, the call. He dragged it back in. Free kick to Michael Selwood. 1:52 on the clock. And counting. Sore bodies all round at the MCG. He goes long towards the contest. Petty! He plucks it again in a big contested mark. Petty's got some work to do. He goes the long option towards the Leapers. Out the back, McDonald taken out of it. Here we go. Bailey Fridge goes for goal. Oh, he's hit the post again. You are kidding me. They are coming as good as they can, but just the post. If the post wasn't even there, then it would have gone through like a weasel. Would have gone through like a worm in a wormhole. That easy. Turner leaves it behind, and then toe pokes it out of play. Did it go out? It did. Boundary throw in. Wait, what? If it was just below the knee, it would have been a free kick. So it's going to be a free kick to Roy Lobb. Dees fans not happy about it. Petty again. He's been the man to take. He's taken 3 intercept marks in a row for the Demons. Now, does he want to waste the clock time here and go into the last quarter 16 points down, or does he want to go for one more? Gone. Takes a contested mark against, well, not really a contested, because it's a very easy win against Riley Sanders. A 2 metre man against like a 180 centimetre or something like that. Here we go. Watch out. Pickett's lurking. Bouncing ball. Selwood dives in on it hard. McDonald takes it back out. Fraser kick partially smothered. Turner has got to go inside 50. The only man there is Salem. Takes the mark. And he'll go for goal to make it back to 10 points. And this will be a shot after the siren. Christian Salem. He's not known for kicking goals. But will he be the man of the moment? Christian Salem. He's lining up. Christian Salem. To bring the margin down to 10 points heading into the last quarter. He goes for goal from 50. Can he strike it on the boot superbly? He goes for goal. And it's not going to make the distance. Unfortunately. Oh no, it does go through. It went through for a minor score. So that therefore means it's back down to 15 points as we head into the last quarter. So there we go, 3-quarter time at the MCG. This game is going to go down to the last quarter. This game is going to be a big final term between the Dees and the Dogs. This game matters so much to both of these teams. The Dogs, if they somehow win, well, they are winning right now, but if they do win from here, 1, I wouldn't be surprised, and 2, they'll finish probably 8th, which means they'll probably play the Pies in their home final. If they lose and Melbourne win from a comeback by being down by 15 points at 3-quarter time, which is not that hard to come by, because we've seen margins like this before in final quarters, and obviously it's either a draw or a win for the team that was losing or the team that was winning. It's obvious one of those has to be the result. But anyway, yeah, if Melbourne do win though, from 15 points down at 3-quarter time, then that therefore means the Dogs will finish 10th, the Blues will finish 9th, and they'll face the Pies. The Blues will face the Pies, and the Dogs will head to Adelaide to face the Crows at the Adelaide Oval in the first wildcard final. Which I think is an advantage for the Crows in both aspects, because if they face Carlton are not good at Adelaide Oval, and the Dogs, they don't get to play Adelaide Oval very often, so when they do, they're not really that good either. So I think it's a win-win for the Crows, no matter who we play. But what do I know? The Blues, they've turned their season around massively, whereas the Dogs, their season has been around the middle of the ladder the whole season. So I wouldn't be surprised if the Dogs have to play the Pies and then the Blues have to play the Crows, because I would be happy. Sorry, I can't talk. I'd be happy with either team to be honest. I wouldn't be sad with whoever. Like, I'd be happy with whoever. I'd be happy with either the Dogs or the Blues. It wouldn't matter too much. I'd probably prefer to play the Dogs, because then I get to go to the game with a friend of mine who's a Bulldogs fan, if I do get tickets to go to the game. But if not, if we face the Blues, that's okay. And that's why I want Melbourne to win this game, because I want to face the Dogs in the Wildcard Finals. Because the Wildcard Finals will be locked in after this game's obviously finished, which will be in the last final half an hour before the Geelong-Richmond game and the Crows-Giants game. But who knows, the Cats might play in the Wildcard Finals if they somehow lose to the Tigers or make it close to the Tigers, like the Crows did a couple of weeks ago to Richmond at the Adelaide Oval. So, who knows? Who knows at this point? This final quarter is going to be interesting, though. Everything could turn really bad for one team and really good for the other. Or it could go down to the last 5 minutes or so. Oh, I'm tired. I'm worn out. I've got a pimple on my nose, but I can feel it, but I don't know where it is. Excuse me. I've been checking chat or stream, and there's been no chats recently, but that's okay. I'll turn the volume up a little bit so then I know when the Fox Footy theme comes back on. Alright. Here we go. Final quarter about to get underway. Oh, Aaron Norton's out with an ankle injury. That's not good. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Alrighty, here we go. Final quarter about to get underway from the MCG. Let's get it done. Let's hope the Dees can hold on from it, or make a comeback from 15 points down. Here we go. Final quarter. Final quarter underway. We're underway in the final term, as I say twice, as Richards goes straight inside. Here we go. He goes over the top. Risky handball. Hines goes for goal. Kicks the goal! Dogs far away in the final term in a fine way. 21 points the margin. And they go bang-a-rang in the first 21 seconds. What can the Dees manufacture from here? Ball up in the middle. Here goes Sparrow. Over the top. Fitzgerald. Here is Pickett. Here we go. Streaming away. Goes for goal. Back. Oh, no. I was going to say back to 15 points, but unfortunately, it's another minor score, so it's 20 points. Look at how much it drifts. Oh, Cozzy Pickett. He was celebrating as well. Lucky Bramble, nice sidestep from the kick back into play. He goes with a launch long towards Petty direction. The Petty direction. Butterick taken down in an enormous tackle. Holding the ball. Demons get the free. What are they going to do here? Cozzy goes long to the Jefferson direction. Oh, Turner! Wait, what? Yes, the mark has been paid. Disco Turner will line up to bring it back to 14 points. Daniel Turner, Disco Turner, whatever you want to call him. Takes a big mark. The phones are out, ready to film. If he puts it through, it'll be good clips for his video, for their videos. But unfortunately, they may as well delete those videos now since he's missed it. 19 points. 7 goals, 14 is not good. Jefferson and Norton, 2 big outs. Done for the day. So that means they probably won't play the first couple of finals that the Dees and the Dogs each play. West. Sanders got it back to West. Left foot around the corner. Stolen. Pickett pounces. Soccer skills off the deck. Straight back to the Dogs though. Selwood along the line. One-on-one situation. Jones somehow marks against Jake Lever. Lever's furious about it. Look at the moustache. He's very He's very furious. He looks like a furious Italian man that's just seeing someone bake a pasta that's really bad. Or make a pasta that's poorly made. Bonampelli goes to the Hinds direction. Marks and goals. There we go. 25 points. The Dogs are on their way to winning another fight. On their way to winning another game. But who knows? It's not over till it's over. It's not over yet. It's never over until the final siren sounds. But the Dogs have got a nice big advantage now, leading the game by a big margin. 25 points the margin. With 8 viewers in chat. It's lovely to see everyone in here. Lovely to see everyone in here. Communicating with each other in chat. Making new friends. Chatting about this game and the stream with me. And of course, having lots of fun, enjoying my commentary and stuff on this YouTube channel. From the reset, where you will ball it up again. $25 points gone. Here goes Pickett. He wanted to go for a run, but couldn't quite pick it up cleanly. Here he goes this time. Handball to Gawn. Inside 50. They need a goal quickly out of this stoppage inside, this clearance inside 50. Rolling ball. Chandler. Bramble got the handball to Sanders, and now Selwood got a sidestep. Nice dribbling handball to Richards. Just fed like threw a feed to Bramble, and that was on the ball. Wait, what? Not paid. Oh, wow. That should have been ball from that Fitzgerald tackle. Boundary throw in. Go on, hits it out. Fitzgerald. Windsor. Bouncing ball. Through the traffic it goes. Bowie in there. Bramble in there. Plenty of others around the contest. Sparrow clears it away. Got it out of the contest somehow and then bombs it long inside 50. They've got to take a mark here. They can't. Down low. Chandler needs to be a finishing touch. Finally, a goal for the Demons is what they wanted and needed. Back to 19 points. They're well and truly alive, the Dees. 11 viewers in chat. Make sure to subscribe. We've got 14 subscribers on the count right now, as you can see up above me on the top left-hand corner right there. So make sure to tick that subscriber number up. We're trying to get as many subs on the channel as possible, as we obviously had to restart multiple times, and this is the final time we're going to restart, obviously by the introduction video that I did ages ago. Big goal for Kate Chandler, and the Demons bring the margin back under 20 points. The Dogs are still in 8th, so they'll probably face the Pies, but who knows? The Dees could come back and go into the top 4 with a win here. Anything can happen in this final quarter of football. Bonampelli taken down, gave it to Richards nice and cleanly. Inside 50 on the lead of Artie Jones! Right to the chest, right to the lap of Artie Jones, and he'll line up for goal from about 45 metres out. Such a talented player, Marcus Bonampelli. Has all the tricks on that bookie he can think of. He's like the Wizard Watson, but he's been doing it for ages. Oh, jeez, that's sprayed way left, and Max Gawn, last line of defence, takes the mark. Plays on, goes out wide to the open space. Sparrow's going to be the first one to it. Got to pick it up cleanly before the Dogs get there in time. Very nice spin move. Beats one, couldn't beat the second, but got the kick away before the second came. Bonampelli with intercept mark to Dale. And now Dale to Richards. Plenty of time on the clock in this quarter. Dale goes one inside the 50 towards the pocket. Lob. Big mark for the Lobster. Will he go for a goal from 55 metres out? Rory lob. Roy Lobb launches it towards the top of the goal square. Fist from Gawn, out the way. Kennedy, Fraser, kicks a minus score. And it's back to 20 points. Deary me, this game is just continuing to get better and better. Every possession, every minute matters now if you're the Melbourne Footy Club. Bailey Williams, Kennedy. Here we go. Fraser goes out wide towards the Dolan direction. He picks it up cleanly. Nice one. Goes to the pocket. Jones, an easy uncontested mark. So Artie Jones to put the cherry on top, I reckon. Even if he kicks it, it's probably not game over, but who knows. Artie Jones. He's already kicked 2 goals straight this afternoon. Can he go for a third? Artie Jones around the corner. Puts it through. And it's 26 points. This Bulldogs team are probably going to stay in the state of Victoria to have a home final against the Pies in a couple of weeks. I think they'll play a final next weekend, but I'm not sure if the Wildcard Finals start next weekend or if they start in September. But I think the normal qualifying and elimination finals play at the start of September, whereas the other ones start. Whereas the 2 wildcard ones probably start at the end of August. So like the weekend, the weekend of next week. So next weekend probably. I think that's how it works. Going in the ruck, Sparrow got a handball, Steele, Fitzgerald around the corner, high ball towards the Petty direction, plucks it. Finally, they've been waiting for an inside 50 mark and they get one. Finally, Harrison Petty, being the bigger man, using the bigger body, using the bigger strength, and hopefully kicking a big goal here to bring it back to 20 points. 8 goals, 14 is definitely not going to win you the game unless you claw the way back and make it a bit more consistent. Or a bit more not consistent, but a bit more accurate at goal. If he can put this through, it'll give him a chance. He does just that. Sneaks it home by coat of paint. Through it goes, back to 20 points. 68 to 88. He's got 3. Same with Artie Jones. Artie Jones has got 3 as well after the one at the other end that happened before. Need the next centre clearance here, the Dees. Oh, what a hit out from Gawn to Pickett. He's off and running. Inside 50. Guess who it is again? Harrison Petty has taken another mark and will go for a second in about 30 seconds. How long left? There's plenty of time. There's 11 minutes to go. 11 and a half minutes to play. Harrison Petty lining up for goal number 4 and a second in a row for himself this afternoon. He's missed that time. Oh, wait. Yeah. $19 points again. Dale goes short. Nice one to Gardner. They've got to come from behind the Demons. 19 points down with 11 minutes to go. Davidson had an easy mark that he couldn't pull down. West to Sanders to Fraser. Here we go. Inside 50 they go. Matthew Kennedy's got the open space, but Tolstrup was there to take him down immediately. Cozzy around the corner. High ball, touch play on. Petty. Mark is not paid, so Langford goes and runs. Takes a bounce and goes towards the 50. One-on-one in favour of Laurie. Takes the mark and can line up to make it back to 13 points. Come on, Bailey Laurie. Come on, Demons. Demon Spirit. It's been your year at the MCG every single game almost. Bailey Laurie. Can he kick the goal? He's kicked 2 behinds this afternoon. Can he go for a third behind, or can he go for his first goal? Oh, that's out the full. That's not going to be any score. Very unhandy out of bounds on the full. Love the humour, Anthony Hudson. Buku Karmas clears it away to the contest. Petty was down there with Gordon. Waitman got a kick away. Tumbling towards the boundary line. Tolstrup wants to let it roll out, and he does. So the lasso rule will be rewarded. $9:42 remaining. He goes long to half forward. Petty was down there, but a couple of dogs were able to deny that. Kennedy to Davidson, not 15. Play on the call. Jones has got a handball receive to Bailey Williams. A spiral kick towards the pocket. West! What a mark from Riley West! That is outrageous. And now we can line up to probably seal it. Riley West. What a massive leap. Now he's got to get the finishing touch. Riley West to potentially seal the deal. He's got it a bit across the face. Free kick. It's a Bulldogs block free kick. It's going to Gardner. Ryan Gardner. He's kicked 3 goals in his AFL career. Can he go for a 4th? Takes a deep breath. Goes for goal. Kicks the goal. And that could seal it. So Ryan Gardner against Max Gawn. It's a big win for Max Gawn. It should be from the clearance. Here we go. Cozzy's got to go. Takes a bounce. Takes a second. Goes towards the 50. Guess who? McDonald rolls towards the goal face. Chandler smothered off the boot. Out of bounds. Boundary throw in occurs. Eight smothers to 7 in favour of the Dees. Here we go. Gordon hits it out. Sparrow's there. McDonald Got to get it on the left. Around the corner. There it is. There it is. Has got the carry. It has. Now it's back to 19. E-I-E-I-O. Tom McDonald had a farm. He puts it through and it's back to 19. They're well and truly alive. They've been down all day, the Dees. They've been trying to claw their way back into this final term, but the Dogs have been able to pounce back and instantly reply quickly. Can they get another centre clearance here? Gone. Here we go, Cozzy Pickett. He's done it a second time. Chips it over the top. Chandler couldn't quite. Over the top. Langford. No way. Oh, he's kicked it. No way. The Dees are on their way back, and it's because of Ryan Gardner having to play ruck. Oh my goodness, it's 13 points. Oh my goodness, this game has changed. $81-94. The next goal would be massive for either side. It's back to 13 points. If they get another one, it'll be single figures again. And the MCG gone again. Here we go. The Dees are winning clearance after clearance. Down towards half forward. Cozzy. Handball. Stolen away. Richards has got the football. Takes a bounce and runs to the defensive half. And then centering kick. Beautiful to Bontempelli. Here we go. The risky kick that was dangerous. Kennedy slid underneath the ball, so it won't be paid. Davidson goes long. Waitman direction. Rolling towards the line. Bouncing ball. Jones picks it up. Handball over the top. Waitman for the sealer. Clears it towards goal. Let's see the post. Oh dear. 14 points. He had a bit more time and space and he should have kicked it a bit higher than that. Now Rivers has to go. He runs his full measure and goes out wide to Sharp, and he's rewarded with the free against Selwood. Selwood's furious. He's not happy with the call. He'll go long towards half forward. Down low towards the Chandler direction. O'Donnell's got work to do. Chandler takes it down massively. Ball up. And the applaud, the cheers, and the intense pressure from Melbourne in this final term has risen. The crowd are getting into it as well. Dale out wide. Waitman and Rivers and out of play. 14 points the margin. 3 goals to hit the front with 6 minutes 17 on the clock. They need Harrison Petty back on the ground. Get anyone off the ground for him because he's been the shining light of tonight's match. Gone to Chandler. Inside 50. That is pure Melbourne football. It's Melbourne at its best. Bailey Fritz lining up for goal now to bring it back to an 8-point margin. The Dogs can't do anything about this. With just over 5 minutes to go, Bailey Fritz has a chance to make it back to 8 points. To make it single figures. The Melbourne fans are waiting. Bailey, he's put it through! Yes! Bailey Fritz! The comeback might well and truly be on. Why are they giving Ryan Gardner the role in the ruck? The ruckman role. Why are they giving him the ruckman role? It's back to 8 points. And it's because of Max Gawn winning every single ruck contest. Centre clearance ruck contest. Now, let's see what happens here. It's going back to the middle for another stoppage. 5.5 to play. A tap back. Here we go. Richards. Can they increase the lead back to the original margin? Jones had 2 hands on it. Couldn't pluck it in the end. Ball up. Melbourne still cooked. I don't know. I'm quite nervous now. Davidson. Langdon picks it up cleanly and clears it long and strong, but it's going to go out the bounds. It's going to be a lasso free kick back to the Dogs. Bailey Williams. Plays on. Goes long. Inside the 50. Big win for the Dogs if they can clear it, keep it inside their forward 50. Bontempelli and Sparrow in there. Stephen King and Luke Beveridge. 5 minutes to play in this final quarter. Waitman to Luke Kennedy. Skies a ball to a 2-on-2. Matthew Kennedy takes a big mark. Now, this has to go through for the Dogs. This to give the lead. This to give them a deep breath lead. To make it 14 points again. This has to go through for the Bulldogs to try and win them the game. Matthew Kennedy, the chorus of boos from the Demon Spirit. He kicks it pure. It's a goal. Back to 14 points. And it makes it really hard for the Dees now. What a game of AFL footy. What a finish. From Luke Kennedy to Matthew Kennedy. The big finish. Gives them a 14-point lead. And the Demons have to win another centre clearance now to bring it back to 8. 3 goals in 4 minutes is going to be hard. It all comes down to this. Pickett and Steele. Steele gets a handball free. Bontempelli to Richards. One more goal can seal it for the Dogs. Pickett's got to grab him. He does. Kennedy, that's ball. Here we go. Bowie. They want to go quick, the Dees. Low ball to half forward. Big mark for Langford against Selwood. Got to play on and launch it long to the pack. Inside 50. Petty's underneath. Williams. Chandler goes around the corner. Oh, he sprayed it out the full. Oh, dear. That's the worst kick you could ever see. Bailey Dale. 3.5 minutes to play. Launches it long. Gone. Down there with Richards. A pair of hands on it. A couple of pairs of hands on the football. We'll have a stoppage. 3 minutes 30. 3 goals they need, the Dees. That goal from Matthew Kennedy before might have sealed it for them. Richards, that might make it really hard for them, but the Dees have got the numbers back. The bounce did help for Davidson though. He's got one man ahead and that's Jones, but unfortunately, Tolstrup is the only man ahead. Centers the kick beautifully to Jack Steele. Goes for territory. Long ball down the centre of the MCG. Gawn has to mark this, he can't. Dale skies the ball towards the Davidson direction. Well done from Lever. Fridge has got to pick it up cleanly, not quite. Williams over the top. And the Dogs, I think, have held on. I think the Dogs have found a way to win unless that handball was poor. Richards over the top. Sanders. Davidson centers the kick. That's beautiful. Artie Jones. One more to seal it. Goes to the pocket. Open man's. Captain Fantastic. Marcus Bontempelli. And the Western Bulldogs, I think, have found a way to win this game. What a man to give it to at the last moment of the game to seal the deal. This is the right man to give it to win them the game. 2 minutes to go. Bontempelli around the corner for the sealer. And he's got it too! Marcus Bontempelli has put the Dogs into a home wildcard final against Collingwood next weekend. $20 points the margin. 1:54 on the clock. 16 or 14 in chat. It's one of the two, but an unbelievable amount of people nonetheless. There's no way. If they get 4 goals in 1:54, I would be absolutely thrilled. The Dees. But who knows, anything can happen, but the Dees have got to work hard here. Lob just punches it long. Bowie kick smothered. Kennedy, Fraser, here we go, that's the game. One more, Davidson, he's marked it. Wowee. So unfortunately, that'll be 1 out of 4 footy tips, 1 out of 5 footy tips correct. Because I did tip Carlton. Sorry, 1 out of 4, I am right. 1 out of 4 tips, unfortunately, with this game, because I did tip the Dees. I tipped the Blues, which I somehow got right. He's missed it. They're just going to have to go up the guts right now, the Dees. It won't matter too much. Dale, Sanders, weaves past his man, centers it beautifully. Nice kick, uncontested mark taken. Riley West. They've got the worst percentage in the top 8 so far. From 4th to 10th, they've got the worst percentage with 95.4. But still, they have put their spot into a home final against the Pies at the MCG next weekend in the Wildcard Finals. Is the game over? Technically not, but it is over based on margin-wise because obviously the Dogs have won this game. 30 seconds left. Riley West decides to set it up instead. Sanders, Jones, can't get one more. Chandler, Waitman, Kennedy, Davidson. They're all in there, all those players. 13 seconds, 10 seconds. And we go down to 8 seconds left. How many points did they both score in this quarter? So the Dogs scored 6 goals, something. 6 goals 2, I think. Or 6 goals 3. And the Demons scored 5 goals 3. And there it is. Siren sounds. The Western Bulldogs win the game by 21 points over the Dees. So there it is. The Western Bulldogs, they outlast the Dees at the MCG, and they will now stay in Melbourne. They will not be travelling down here to Adelaide to face the Crows. They'll be staying in Melbourne for a weekend, for the whole weekend, for the rest of this weekend, of course, and then obviously the whole week in preparation for the Wildcard Final against the Collingwood Magpies next weekend, either Friday night or Saturday night. We'll find out. But what a wildcard final is going to be. The Pies and the Dogs. What a quarter that was from the Western Bulldogs. Let me see the overall results based on score-wise and everything. Let me just check a few things. I'm going to check some stats real quick before I end the stream. So the Dogs win by 21 points. Marcus Bontempelli, 27 disposals and 2 goals for the match. Let's see the teams. Let's see the summary. So, The Dogs, they scored 6 goals, 3 in that last quarter, to the Demons scoring 5 goals, 3. So that means it was 33 points to 45 no. Yeah, 33 points to 5 goals, 3. Yeah, 5 goals, 3 to 6 goals, 3. So it was 33 points to 39 points in the final quarter. 33 points to 39 points in the last quarter. Game is over. The Dogs defeat the Demons at the MCG to finalise the Saturday afternoon. The Dees will play the winner of one of Collingwood. So that means Adelaide. I think what happens is if the Dees finish 5th, which they will probably finish 5th most likely. So let's say this. Let's see this. Let's go through the ladder. So right now the current ladder stands as the Western Bulldogs are in 8th and the Dees are in 5th. So that means the Dees will play against the lowest ranked wildcard final winner. So for example, if the Pies beat the Dogs, then they'll face the Pies. And that's if the Crows beat the Blues, obviously. But basically, the team that's lowest on the ladder when it comes to finals, the 2 winners of the what? So, okay, let's put it this way. Let's say Adelaide are going to play Carlton in a wildcard final, and the Dogs will play the Pies. Let's say the Dogs and the Crows play. The Dogs and the Crows win both finals. Then the Dees and the Cats, as of right now, the Cats are in 6th and the Dees are in 5th. But it probably will stay like that. The Cats and the Dees will play the Crows and the Dogs. But the 5th place team, which is Melbourne right now, they will play the lowest ranked wildcard winner, which would have been the Dogs in the situation if the Crows and the Dogs would have won. If it was the Dogs and the Blues, then the Blues would play the Dees in the elimination final. And that means Geelong, if they still finish 6th after tonight's result, then that means they will play the winner, like the highest ranked wildcard winner. So for example, if the Crows beat the Blues, then they will face them. But if the Blues beat the Crows and the Pies beat the Dogs, then they'll face the Pies or the Dogs. If the Blues beat the Crows, the Dogs will face. Sorry, no. It's so hard to explain this. If the Blues beat the Crows, the Blues will play Melbourne and the Cats will play the Dogs or the Pies. If the Crows win, the Cats will play the Crows and the Dees will play the Dogs or the Pies. If that makes sense. It's a very hard explanation, but hopefully you guys get the gist. Basically, what I mean is, in the elimination finals coming up in a couple of weeks, which will be the week of Monday the 31st of August, which is my birthday week, so that'll be September. So that'll be from September 3rd or 4th to the 6th. It'll be the lowest ranked wildcard winner will play 5th. So whoever finished lower on the ladder out of the 4 teams. So for example, it would be it would be 9th or 10th most likely. The highest rank would be 7th or 8th. Or whatever. I don't know. But yeah. If both 7th and 8th lose, and it's 9th and 10th that move on, then that means the 9th place will play 6th, which is Geelong right now. And 5th will play the Blues, who are 10th. If that makes sense. But anyway, you understand it once the bracket gets organised and once the 2 wildcard finals are done, you understand what happens and what final they go into when they go into the elimination final the week after the wildcard finals, which is obviously this upcoming week. This next weekend is the first week of the wildcard finals, which after those 2 games have been played, which is obviously Crows versus Blues, and Dogs versus Pies. The 2 winners of those will play the Cats and the Dees. As of right now, it'll be the Cats and the Dees, but it could be someone else. I think because of the Dees losing this afternoon, I think that means it automatically means the Cats will be will be the home side against the wildcard winner, the highest ranked wildcard winner, because the Crows, if they beat the Giants and the Tigers beat the Cats, then the Crows will go above them. But who knows? Because who knows? The highest Adelaide finishes 4th right now because Brisbane can't go any lower than they can't go any higher or lower because Brisbane smashed Collingwood last night. So that means Brisbane have got 64 points. Hawthorn and Melbourne are tied with 60. Geelong and Adelaide are with 56. And that means the Dogs will stay in 8th. So the Dogs are finishing 8th, the Pies are finishing 9th, and the Blues are finishing 10th. Those are the officials. And same with Freo and Sydney finishing 1st and 2nd. So all we need to work out is... Brisbane are finishing 3rd too. So that means we figured out the bottom 3 on the ladder and the top 3. The last couple of teams, 4th to 6th, I think it is, or 7th. 4th to 7th, we still need to sort out because obviously after the Geelong game tonight, which if they beat the Tigers, which they probably will most likely, they'll stay in 6th. If they lose somehow and the Crows beat the Giants, they'll go back into 6th and the Cats will play the wildcard final against the Blues instead of the Crows, if that makes sense. Anyway, guys, that'll do it for the stream. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed it. I'm sorry about the bad explanation at the end of the stream, but the Dogs win big, 21-point victors over the Melbourne Demons, and will play the Pies in a wildcard final next weekend. It's going to be fun, it's going to be exciting, and it's going to be fierce. Those two teams are going to battle it out pretty hard next weekend in a big wildcard final and move on to try and see who's going to move on to face the Cats or the Dees, depending on however the Crows Blues final works out. But we'll see you guys next one. Have a good one. And peace. Enjoy the rest of your night.